What's up, man? Man. Yes, sir. Tell them to hit the like button on their way in. Well, we back to a strategy, man. What's happening with the family? What's happening, man? Salute, salute. I seen this thing right here and I had to talk about it, man. I seen AC talk about it. I seen mediocre tutorials. So to all my people that like to hear Red Supreme, chop it up. Yeah, the Sims gonna hate this one, man. You already know, yes, sir. you know, I mean, there's so many of them. Like, I bet you guys didn't realize how many black men were actually Sims. A lot of you guys didn't realize that we got a large population of black male Sims, man. It's way too many of them, right? But anyway, man, I wanted to get my take on this situation right here with the singles event. And just bless the like button, man, and tap in. And we gonna have a conversation. It's lovely. Now, Kendra G said this event was for it was for black women to find a rich man, right? And this is the thing, man. This is the thing. You already know that most of those women who went to this event are like women who are hold on, let me see what you said. He said, hold on, man. he said, I'm one. He said, I'm one FBA, not in the sim community. Well, unfortunately, I got to be real with you, man. Damn, Nat came up in here. I gotta get rid of his ass. Got a damn gnat flying around in here. But anyway, um, unfortunately, man, the conscious brothers, they're not gonna lay the law down when it comes to manhood and masculinity, right? They'll talk about white supremacy and and immigrants and tethers, they're good for that conversation, but they're not gonna lay the law down when it comes to men and women. And my thing is this, brothers. The black community is suffering way more than any community when it comes to dating. Shout out to my dog Virgil Berry. Right, man. They're not gonna lay the law down, unfortunately, bro. They think they can talk about white supremacy and tethers all day, and then black women somehow are just gonna fall in line with them, and that's clearly not the case. That's not the case, man. Talking about white supremacy and tethers ain't gonna make black women fall in line with you. It's not. The only reason why they listening to that is because you're not criticizing them. The moment that you offer any form of correction, they're not messing with you no more. They're out of there. But anyway, man, let's get to the singles event, man. And I want to hear things from AC's perspective. And check this. The live stream that I did earlier, right? It got a yellow sticker, and I think I know why, because of Jake Shields using a lot of profanity. So what I'm gonna do with that one is I'm gonna slice it up, dice it up, and repost it as a pre-recorded video. You know what I mean? YouTube said they can't monetize it. Somehow it wasn't suitable for advertisers, so I took it down. If I can't get paid for it, what's the point in keeping it up? So yeah, man, I just took it down. I didn't want no smoke. I didn't want no problems. And let's get into the event. Now, AC accountable commentary, he's going to call them Keishas and, you know what I mean, 304s, Keishas. And AC, man, AC don't hold no punches, man. AC don't give a damn about having no female audience. And I guess what? You really don't need them. Like, if you're gonna run away from the truth, why do I need a female audience if all they're gonna do is run away from the truth when I start spitting this realism? So what's the purpose what's the purpose? Now, hit the like button if you haven't already. I'm gonna dive right into this, man. I don't want to waste no time. I could talk y'all ear off. I can talk you guys ear off all day about the beta male simps that we have in our community. Our community is full of them.
I'm outside. Okay, so boom. I'm outside the Kendra G singles lounge waiting for it to get popping. I thought there was going to be a line. It's just me. Okay, people are showing up. Oh, it's getting cute, y'all.
And listen, what you're gonna have is a bunch of women that already got children. You know, a bunch of women that in age out of their city girl phase. So what you have is a bunch of older women who done already had their fun. Why would rich men come to an event with a bunch of washed up women? And I know Black Lim, you're gonna get mad, but I don't give a damn. Somebody got to tell y'all the truth. I got love for you sisters, right? But I'm not gonna pander to you just to get your support. What you're gonna have is a bunch of females well over 35, way past their prime, looking for a rich man. Now, why would a rich man that has his pick of the litter show up to an event with a bunch of old women that's way past their prime? Think about that.
Poor.
And look at this terrible wig right here. Why would you want this as a rich man? This woman is well up into her 40s. She's delusional. If you a rich man, you got the pick of the litter. You could easily find you a young woman who's never traveled, who don't have babies by different men. Why would you pay for a used vehicle when you can get something fresh off of the showroom floor with little to no miles? What you have at these single events is a bunch of women that's well over 30, well over 35, and past 40 that are now looking for a rich simp to finance their lifestyle. Why would you settle for that as a rich man with a ton of options? Crazy. Nasty work right there, like AC would say.
Man, that's one stiff wig, man. These wigs get stiffer and stiffer. Kendra G put together a singles mixer, and you saw a few dudes in there, but it's a bunch of women in there. It's a bunch of women in there. And one thing they're not doing is chasing down these guys. They're not chasing them down. They're not approaching them. They're waiting for these few dudes in there to approach them. And what they supposed to do? Approach one after the other, after the other, after the other. What are they supposed to do? They don't have enough time to talk to all of them if they were going to do that. But they're there to meet a woman, and they the ones that have to do the approaching, but they don't even have to be there. They're not in a desperate situation. They're not the broke ones. They're not the ones in debt. They're not the ones that's getting evicted. Repos. They're not the ones going through all of that. And that's the only reason why they're there. They're looking for help. The help wants you to approach her. That's the crazy part. The help wants you to approach her. But this is not the first time that she had a mixer and it failed. This is not the first time. First of all, before you hear the Keisha talk about the event.
And like I say, man, if you have money and options, why do you need to show up to an event with a bunch of women that's way past their prime? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, when you have money, you can get the type of car you want. You can get the type of woman you want, right? I'm not saying that older women are bad, because I know a lot of older women who are beautiful. But see, the thing is this: if you're going to be picky when it comes to the men that you want, don't be surprised when men are picky about the type of women that they want, especially men with money and options. Or even if you're an average man that's handsome and you got options, because average men got options too, especially if you stay clean, You got your stuff together, you're responsible, your credit is decent, you can get you a decent woman. Listen, homie, you ain't got to be rich or well off financially to get you a decent woman. You dig what I'm saying? Because man makes the money, money don't make the man. Always remember that.
Did you see this building right here? You see this building? You see this building? It's all dirty. What is this? Is this a gate at the bottom of the building? At the building? What is this? Is this where they put the trash at in the building? I don't know. But look, it has graffiti. Look at the graffiti on the wall, on the building. Look at the graffiti on the building.
Finding a woman that's not materialistic is not easy, man, because unfortunately, social media has indoctrinated these women of today. So finding a woman who's not fake, finding a woman who's not a feminist or materialistic, that's going to be hard to find, my brother. But you can't show up to events like this. You might have to meet this woman at a poetry lounge or somewhere, maybe at a library, somewhere where you find women who enjoy earthly and natural things. You need to go to a spot where women like earthly and natural things. Women who just enjoy life, women who are not on social media looking for attention and validation 24/7. So you got to find women like that if you're looking for a woman that's not materialistic, not a feminist, not an airhead, not stuck up, right? So like I say, man, unfortunately, the majority of our women today have been indoctrinated with this mindset that, you know, they're feminists. Anything over 50% is the majority. So you can't go to bars, you can't go to clubs, you can't go to none of these parties, because what you're going to find there is a bunch of women who are single mothers with wigs and tattoos who think men owe them the damn world, looking for a simp to finance their lifestyle. Right? So you got to go to you have to go to earthly places where women are more focused on things that are priceless, things that money can't buy. So you have to search for places like that to find those calibers of women. Because going to these single events and these get-together functions, you're going to find a bunch of chameleons and women who are just all out with it to the point to where she can't even hide her agenda. Hit the like button, family.
This building was next to the singles mixer that Kendra G had going on. Somebody told me that that the mixer, which was in Philly, somebody from Philly said, "Hey, AC, I know where that's at. That's in the ghetto. That's in the hood." That's.
Well, we're gonna go back to AC video. We're gonna go back to AC, man. I want you guys to this is mediocre tutorials, man. That's my boy right here.
I'm gonna tell you what all the rich men gonna be at this weekend, baby. I don't say find the man with the money. I say focus on character, integrity. But you ladies don't want to hear me, so I'm gonna put you on to money.
One person commented, correction, single women's lounge, because clearly you only see a bunch of women. Another person commented, not a man in sight. Then this one right here said the guys were there to invest, not find liabilities.
We just covered Kendra G's new show on.
All you're going to find is liabilities at these functions. Women who are trying to use men for money, right? And that's all you're going to find out here for the most part is liabilities. Because women don't feel like they need to do anything to earn the love and respect of a man. They feel like it should come automatically, when that's pure insanity. Like I said this a long time ago when I used to do my dating content. You know, black women feel like, I don't need to compete for no man. I don't need to compete for no man. A man need to come up to me. And I said this, if she refused to compete, she'll get left for the streets. I'm gonna say this again to you ladies. If you refuse to compete, you'll get left for the streets. Meaning you'll end up going from man to man. The next thing you know, you're 40, then you're 45. Now you're damn near 50. Women who refuse to compete will get left for the mother effing streets. It's that simple. The same way you got to compete for a job, the same way you got to compete to get a damn man, a man that's worth having, you're going to have to compete for that. You're going to have to bring your A game. You got to put your best foot forward. The days of you thinking you can just get a man because you a woman and all you got to do is be beautiful and show up, those days are over, baby. Women with that mentality will suffer moving forward, I promise you.
Oprah's network just yesterday, and she's already back with her usual hijinks. Now, she apparently threw a dating event during InvestFest. If you guys are unfamiliar, down in the Atlanta area, there's a once-a-year financial summit, okay, hosted by financial influencers and the like, all right? Now, Kendra G partnered with the creators of InvestFest for a meetup of sorts for singles, all right? Now, you already know with a setup like that, it was not going to end well. So let's head over to Pink Book Lessons channel for the coverage. Without further ado.
Yeah, sisters are in last place when it comes to dating, and right. And this is why I got fed up with a lot of these simps in the FBA community. And I don't say this because I have an issue. I'm saying it because it's true. I love black people. I love brothers and sisters. Trust and believe I'm saying this out of love. If your team is in last place, how could you ignore that conversation? Seriously. Your team is in last place, but you ignore the conversation. Let's talk about tethers and white supremacy while ignoring the fact that black women are the least married, and they abort their babies more than any other race of women, and they file for divorce at the highest rate. Your women are on the losing team, and as a black man who claims to be conscious, you choose to ignore that? Well, man, I'm going to ignore all that and just talk about white supremacy and tethers all day. Like I said before, without families, you don't have a community. And if most of these black women ain't getting married, then there would be no family, which means there's no community. How could you ignore that and claim to be a conscious black man that's putting black people up on game? It doesn't make sense. Dating and mating is very important because that's how you have a family. You date, you mate, you get together, you get married and have a family. If black women ain't getting married, then there's no family, which means there's no damn community.
Ladies, listen up. I'm going to tell you where all the rich men going to be at this weekend, baby. Where the rich men going to be at, baby?
Let me correct you. They don't file for divorce because the man is broke. You know how many black, and not just black women, women in general, but if we're speaking about black women, let's talk about black women. You know how many black women have divorced their man with money? You know how many men who've paid all the bills and provided for the family and the woman still filed for divorce? Are you guys do you guys pay attention to what's going on in society? You think women only divorce broke men? Matter of fact, I'll tell you this, they divorce rich men more than they divorce broke men. Because now they have an incentive to divorce your ass. They can get some of that money and just run to the next man. So don't get it twisted for 1 second. Don't be foolish. Don't be so foolish to the point to where you will sit up there and believe that they only file for divorce when it comes to broke men. They take rich men and men that are well off financially. They take men like that to the cleaners and divorce court every single day. This ain't a money problem. This is a mentality issue. Feminism.
First of all, can I say, I don't say find the man with the money. I say focus on character, integrity. But you ladies don't want to hear me, so I'm going to put you on to the money. InvestFest, baby.
Okay.
It is happening this weekend down in the ATL.
Okay.
Shout out to my brothers, Rashad and Troy, creators of On Your Leisure and also responsible for InvestFest. For the first time ever, we are partnering together for the Singles Lounge, baby. That's right. All the single people at InvestFest will be inside the Singles Lounge. Now, let me put you on. Y'all be saying y'all want a man that make $100K a year. Baby, the men at InvestFest, some make $100K a month, okay? Don't play with it. And like I mentioned, fellas.
Why would men that make $100K a month show up to this event with a bunch of old, washed up women that are way past their prime? And like I say, I don't say this to knock the older women. What I'm saying is, if you women have high standards, just imagine the standards when it comes to a man of that caliber, what he actually wants. You don't qualify for what he's looking for, Kendra. If a man makes $100,000 a month, do you really think he wants a woman over 40, over 35? Seriously. I mean, this is a serious question, and I'm looking for a simple answer. Simple question, and I'm looking for a simple answer. Do you guys really think a man that makes 100,000 a year or even 100,000 a month, do you really think he's looking for a woman that's over 35? If he has all this money and all these options, let's be serious.
Oh, the rich ladies are in the building because some of the rich ladies, they got that coin too. So here's the deal. If you're not already on the way to Atlanta for InvestFest, book your flight, get your hotel or your Airbnb, and pull up because, honey, your husband or your wife just might be at InvestFest.
Okay. Now, in case y'all are wondering, first off, I was not at InvestFest. Now, if I had gone and I found out Kendra was hosting a singles event, you damn sure I would have showed up. with cameras in tow, okay? I would have did some firsthand reporting in order to get the scoop. However, I find content like this so hilarious because, Kendra, dudes that are making
Hey, Big E said Kendra looks like Big U with a wig. Hey, put a wig on Big U, man, and you got Kendra G. Hey, you a fool for that one, Big E, but I can see the resemblance, man. Trust and believe. I can see it, player.
$100,000 per month. If you are a young lady that walks up to them in leopard print, in leopard print with the green eyeshadow in the goddamn umbrellas on top, they're going to look at you like you crazy. This is a nasty, nasty combination. You are effectively warning any man of substance and of high value to not attend this damn event. But not even just that, you set it up for the young ladies to come through, bump their morals, bump their integrity, bump supporting their mission. The men with the resources, come on, come through and use them. And here's the thing. Dudes worth their weight in salt ain't gonna give a damn about finding love at an investment conference. Dudes that just want short term, those are the dudes that's going to show up, if any even do. But let's keep going.
I'm trying to host my show, so I'm not trying to be messy. You ask a question and we'll entertain the question, but don't get mad when we match it with energy.
No, I'm saying when she said what she said, like girls, like I'm saying I'm not trying to be a
No, the first thing you said, did I come to rage bait? I did not come to rage bait, so that's not true, okay? So we're gonna start there. You started off a certain way. Listen, I ain't the 1, the 2, 3, 4, 4.
Okay, so boom.
Ooh.
I'm outside the Kendra G singles lounge waiting for it to get popping. I thought there was going to be a line. It's just me. Okay, people are showing up.
Oh, I wish I was. Oh,
You lied to me.
I wish.
So one more time, if you got a poker chip, you have to give it to someone that you want to have a conversation with.
It's all women. It's all women.
You know why it's only women there? Because men are fed up with the mentality of these women nowadays, right? Because think about it, you guys. We grew up in the 90s and the 2000s. I'm pretty sure most of us in here did, right? Anytime somebody told you, hey, man, women going to be here, hey, the men going to pull up. So if men are not pulling up, that means that they're fed up with the nonsense. They're like, man, I'm tired of dealing with these women with the same mentality, the same story, and they got the same talking. But, man, I'm not showing up to that. I'm good. You know there has to be something wrong with the women if men don't show up. As thirsty as men are, and you know we can be thirsty as men. If men don't show up, there's something wrong with the women. I promise you. That's the only way men gonna sit up there and say, nah, man, I'm good. Something has to be wrong with those women for men to decline.
Women.
Apparently, Kendra G was at InvestFest. She hosted her live show there, and she hosted a singles lounge.
Okay.
She advertised to women to come there to find a rich man. She told the women that all the rich men would be at InvestFest.
Ladies, listen up. I'm going to tell you where all the rich men going to be at this weekend, baby.
Definitely giving April Mason vibes. Like they're going to get you in the room or show you how to scam these rich men.
Yeah.
And Kendra G here, she's more so providing the venue. Anyway, this clip right here from the singles lounge had a bunch of people talking because if you look, you see a whole bunch of women and very few men.
Let's play Where's Waldo or Where's the Men? I think I see a young man in a fitted back here. Oh, wait, is that? I think I see a dude right up on here. This is 99.5% desperate. Ladies. Last month, my Facebook page alone generated over $13,000. That number is so ridiculous. Why? Because I did absolutely no work in order to achieve that. But I put systems in play to earn that revenue. Now, there's a very important definition here. It's called resting revenue rate. How much money do you earn in a month at rest, not doing a damn thing? Because at least on my Facebook page alone, it's $13,000. Now, what's also crazy about that is I'm not a Facebooker.
Y'all really gotta stop going to these single events looking like this. Every time you see these events, it's a whole bunch of women and barely men. Like, who are y'all showing up to date? Each other? It's just not a good look, and I'm really tired of seeing it. It's embarrassing and straight up desperate. I'm sick and tired of black women showing up to these events time and time again, where it's a whole bunch of women and little to no interest from men.
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta see the writing on the wall. You gotta read the room. And to be honest, this right here is another reason people aren't taking this whole thing seriously. First off, if InvestFest is supposed to be about getting your money up, pulling the money in, then why does every part seem designed to pull money out of your pocket instead? If you're serious about business and finance, why will you be talking about dating at a finance conference?
Well, here's the thing. The creators of this are undoubtedly smart men, and they probably know through their market research who is spending the most amount of money in these events. And if I was to guess, I think it's majority women. So if you analyze or determine the psychographics of your audience, you're going to find a lot of women that are spending a lot of money. And you ask that one question, singled, in a relationship, married, and you see most of them are single. Well, then you can deduce that perhaps doing relationship events would add to the bottom line, would add to profitability. So from a business perspective, this makes sense, but results will be sold separately. At this day and age, because dudes are so distrustful of like these single events, dudes don't want to set themselves up to be rejected by women that think they're way above them. The only way that you can have men come out to these events as well is if you have a male influencer with a large male audience, who the audience has put their trust into this guy that it'll be a fantastic event. But if not, and in combination with Kendra advertising it in the way that she did, then it turns into a red beacon for predators.
Think about what this actually is. Here's an event marketed as financial education, and they're advertising directly to women that men with money will be there. So who's really the target? Successful men or men trying to become successful who came to network, invest, and build? But instead you funnel them into a room specifically built around their bank account instead of their business.
Come on.
That is not a mixer, that's a trap. You don't put a singles lounge inside of a finance conference by accident.
Right.
You put it there because you know exactly who's walking through those doors with money, and you built a room to meet them there. If the goal was really wealth building, why is there a whole lounge dedicated to pairing people together in a relationship instead of pairing people with mentors, capital, and opportunity? To build the wealth you told them they're going to build by coming to your conference. You can clearly see the type of games being played and how it's going down. So you're telling me that men are going to make money only to come in here and have you feed them to a bunch of piranhas. Yeah, make the money and let's link you up to see these aged out city girls. Let them in the room with you so they can extract it from you. It's the same predatory behavior embedded in the whole conference. Just like they want to run to Atlanta and pimp out Atlanta, they're doing the same thing with the women at the event. And let's be serious, a man with money in Atlanta don't need no conference, don't need Kendra G, don't need none of that to find a woman. You don't even have to look. It's like 1 to 20 for an average straight man in Atlanta. So the top earners, or even the top 10, 15%, you already know what time it is. They don't need your help looking for nobody.
Shout out to Pick
Now,
She's
they
good.
usually need help on the back end when they end up in family court. But that's a different story for another day. So really, this was all just another scam. Telling women to come find a rich man, when if he's truly rich, if he's truly successful, he don't have no problems finding a woman, especially a black woman in Atlanta, Georgia. From the professionals and female business owners to the boppers. There's no shortage whatsoever. It's plenty on all sides. So yeah, it's really a scam being played on men. That's a big target in this situation with Kendra G lining the women up, but they're also scamming women by making them think they're about to help them scam a man. Now, they had the singles lounge where you had all these women
You know
that
what?
came.
What's actually interesting about this is that this is also why I think that like a lot of these financial guys will probably also choose to stay away from me, right? Because it's all about audience at the end of the day. I have majority men that watch me, so I talk to these majority men as what men would talk to other men. I don't talk about manifesting. I don't talk about putting your faith or belief in something, right? Like, I don't try to massage in the way that I say things. I try to be direct because that's how dudes talk to dudes. When you're a male content creator, but the majority of your purchasers are women, you speak really differently. And you damn sure don't hold their feet to the fire or hold them accountable because
Think about what he just said. When you a male content creator with a large female audience, you got to pander to those women to keep them around. If you're, let's say you're brutally honest with them, they're going to quit supporting you. Right. This is why I had no business in these FBA spaces in the first place, because I know it was a bunch of beta male simps and women who don't want to hear the truth. So then you get stuck in the box. Then you get stuck in the box talking about white supremacy and tethers all damn day. Right. Mediocre just said it himself. If you a black male content creator and your audience is majority women, you can't hold their feet to the fire. You can't hold them accountable, because if you do, you're going to lose support and money. So why place yourself in that box in the first place when you know the women don't want to hear the truth? They just want you to tell them things to make them feel good. And at some particular point as a man, in order to be a masculine man, it's going to require that you tell these women the truth. But we already know that they don't want to hear the truth. So why place yourself in that box in the first place, man? I made a mistake by even making content for FBA people. Now, I am a foundational Black American. I love my people. But when it comes to content making, it's not going to work for somebody like me, because I got to tell women the truth. I can't sit up there and pander to them about white supremacy and tethers all day while pretending that feminism and female behavior is not a problem. I can't do that. Some of those guys can, because they're simps. So they don't mind telling black women what they want to hear all day. Me, at some point, I got to be honest with them and just lay down the law. So I don't fit in. I don't fit in when it comes to that community at all. I'm gonna let y'all hear what he said again. He just proved my point of what I've been saying.
it's all about audience at the end of the day. I have majority men
Making them think they're about to help them scam a man. Now, they had the singles lounge where you had all these women
You know
that
what?
came.
What's actually interesting about this is that this is also why I think that like a lot of these financial guys will probably also choose to stay away from me, right? Because it's all about audience at the end of the day. I have majority men that watch me, so I talk to these majority men as what men would talk to other men. I don't talk about manifesting. I don't talk about putting your faith or belief in something, right? Like, I don't try to massage in the way that I say things. I try to be direct because that's how dudes talk to dudes. When you're a male content creator, but the majority of your purchasers are women, you speak really differently. And you damn sure don't hold their feet to the fire or hold them accountable because it would directly impact your bottom line. But yeah, this was a disaster waiting to happen. Her normal dating events, to my understanding, have majority women in them. But to host it in a place where there's a lot of men there and it's still not produce men was a disaster waiting to happen.
Women up, but they're also scamming women by making them think they're about to help them scam a man. Now, they had the singles lounge where you had all these women that came looking for the rich man because Kendra G told them they'll be there. She also hosted her live show there where she had a tongue wrestle with a female audience member that accused Kendra G of rage baiting them. The audience member obviously didn't like something Kendra said, so Kendra clapped back.
I'm trying to host my show, so I'm not trying to be messy. You ask a question and we'll entertain the question, but don't get mad when we match it with energy.
No, I'm saying when she said what she said, like girls, like I'm saying, I'm not trying to be offensive.
No, the first thing you said, did I come to rage bait? I did not come to rage bait, so that's not true, okay? So we're gonna start there. You started off a certain way. Listen, I ain't the 1, the 2, 3, 4, 4, or 5, okay? You don't get on stage by being no punk. So now with that being said, we did an audition and we have women that wanted to come on stage. Do you want us to interview you? Come on. We can.
Somebody said Tariq don't call out black women. Well, he don't do it no more. Tariq don't call out black women like he used to. Of course he don't, because I understand the type of content he's making. So I don't expect him to, right? I don't expect anybody. Listen, man, I don't expect anybody that makes FBA content to call black women out or hold their feet to the fire. I really don't expect that from FBA. Their main mission is white supremacy, tethers, and reparations. But like I said, though, it's like, how you gonna have a black community if the women ain't gonna fall in line with the things that you're saying? Or if you correct their behavior, they're gonna label that gender war content. So I had no business being over there in the first place, because I already know the women are feminists and the men over there are beta male simps. Now, one thing I can say about Tariq Nasheed, he's already done Mac lessons. He's already gave dating advice. So he's been there and done that. So he wants to move on to some more content. But these new guys that are over there, they're bunk. They're just bunk. They're what you call your modern day conscious simps that are pandering FBA content because it's hot in the algorithm. But I don't expect for anybody that makes FBA content to hold black women accountable. I just don't. You know, I'm a foundational black American, but like I say, when you place yourself in a box by making FBA content, then when you make content like that, holding black women accountable ain't profitable if you're making FBA content. That's just the reality, unfortunately.
Alrighty then. Listen, I don't feel sorry for nobody. If you're a man, you walked into a situation where you know they're advertising to women that rich men will be there, then don't play stupid and act surprised when you realize the women you're being introduced to, their only interest is your money. Yeah, they just want you to spend that. You saw them in real time lining y'all up, so don't play dumb. Yeah, you see what type of games are being played? And for the women that get tricked, thinking that you're about to run into a man with money to take advantage of, and somehow they end up taking advantage of you instead. Maybe you find out they're a fraud. Then hey, you can't get mad either, because then both of y'all came to scam. Yeah, you ran in there looking for Rack City and you found Scam City. And then
you came there looking for Rack City. See, guess what? When you go somewhere saying that your motive is money, you're going to have a lot of guys pretending like they have money. But then again, you can't get mad because you're trying to use him and he wants to use you. So what you have is two people trying to use one another. So the whole event was just stupid. Anytime you have an event full of women and you don't have a lot of men there, that shows you that something is wrong with the women. And that's the whole reason that men didn't show up in the first place. If you have an event full of women and little to no man there, it tells you that there's something wrong with the women in today's society, because if it wasn't, men would show up in droves.
another thing, they had people at the conference interviewing Kendra G, calling her a dating expert.
Oh, whoa.
You should be focused on getting money and not.
So I'm here with Kendra. Kendra is a dating expert.
Kendra G is not a damn dating expert. What is this tether talking about? Kendra G is a dating expert. No, the hell she's not a dating expert. You got to be dumb to believe that she's some expert when it comes to dating. What's wrong with this fool? Kendra G is a dating expert.
What advice would you give struggling male that don't make a lot of money and no females want? What advice?
You should be focused on getting money.
For the life of me, how is a woman with no husband or even a stable relationship the expert on relationships?
Dog.
They're propping her up at InvestFest. They're bringing her to...
Hold on, before Pink Book continues on going, and I really can't believe that was her answer.
For the life of...
Gentlemen, a focus on getting, butt throughout your life is going to leave you empty as hell. You have to first focus on your purpose. You have to understand what you're here to do. It shouldn't be about women or lust. It shouldn't be about money or greed. It should be about fulfillment. The money and the women will become as a byproduct to your life fulfillment. You have to be whole within yourself first. Discover your purpose in life first and work incredibly hard at it. Everything else will be a byproduct later. But her answer is the type of answer that women will gravitate to because they don't understand what it means to be a self-driven and purpose-driven and filled man, nor do they care.
How is a woman with no husband or even a stable relationship the expert on relationships? They're propping her up at InvestFest. They're bringing her to Essence Fest, talking like she's an expert on relationships, but she's not even qualified. And see, this is why people keep calling these events a scam. It's because you keep charging black people only for them to sit up and listen to people that's not even credible.
Damn.
Why in the world are you doing a dating show at a finance conference in the first place? Serious people are there looking for real financial investments. not to invest in a woman trying to trick them. I can see why you can think about doing that at Essence,
cutting
and
up.
then again, that's not really a good fit either, because Essence is really supposed to be for Black women. It's not targeting men. Basically, you'll just have a bunch of women there having a conversation
It'll make more
with
sense there.
themselves. But Essence is more a lifestyle. So I can at least try to see it there, but the InvestFest collaboration just didn't make any sense for attendees. Like, are y'all there looking for a hookup, or are you looking to get linked up with real resources? But yeah, that's why people—
No, they're there looking for a hookup. Listen, for a bunch of women who claim to be well off and they got all this going on, the main reason for them pulling up is they're looking for a man. They're not looking for no damn business advice. They're thinking that they can meet a damn man. Kendra G told them a lot of rich men will be there. So in their mind, they're gonna hook up with some rich man and get wiped up. That's the whole purpose of them showing up in the first place, man.
running around calling this event a scam. This is why. I talked about that in the last video, but don't worry. If you missed it, you can go ahead and watch it right now and see why people are still complaining about InvestFest.
I might check that one out.
Click the link
too.
on the screen and watch that video next.
Shout out to Pick Butt Lesson. She over there cutting up, ain't she? It's wild that they refer to her as a dating expert. I mean, that's like referring to me as a dating expert. I am not no expert, baby. But it's always wild and it's crazy to me. I guess thinking about it from a marketing perspective, things that they will do in order to attract a certain type of an audience and setting up rich men as bait, right? When you have a mostly female desperate ass audience, I think it's just you're lying to them. And that nuance and intelligent men in the building understanding that nuance is why the genders in that room are so damn lopsided. It will continue on being lopsided because men have a lack of trust in these singles events.
Why? I mean, of course, man, like I say, man, men are not showing up to these events. Like when you look at the Pop the Balloon show, you got a bunch of women who ain't nothing, who think that they're more than what they are. I don't even know why men show up to that Pop the Balloon show. That show was trash because the women have ruined it. You got a bunch of women. My thing is this: if Black women, if they're the least married, how in the hell are they so damn picky? How are Black women so damn picky when they're the least married women on the planet? It don't make sense. So you got a bunch of cocky, arrogant women who are, listen, I'm not saying this because I feel a certain way. I'm saying it because it's true. Black women, you guys are in last place when it comes to marriage. How in the hell are you running around being cocky and arrogant when you're in last place? That's like the loser on the team. The person who scores the least points is the most arrogant out of everybody. How does that even make sense? Black women are more cocky and arrogant than white women. They're more cocky and arrogant than Latino women. They're more cocky and arrogant than Asian women. And all of these women got higher marriage rates than Black women. So you say, if you're on the losing team, you're in last place, where in the hell did you get this cocky attitude? How in the hell are you so arrogant and bougie when literally you're in last place? That right there is a mental defect. There's something wrong with you. I don't care what nobody say. There's something wrong with Black women psychologically. How you gonna be on the losing team but be the most cocky and the most arrogant? Make it make sense. If you don't believe me, go look at that Pop the Balloon show. You got fat women with wigs, and you got fat women who are single mothers with kids who really think that they're the damn prize and got the nerve to be picky. You a single mom pushing 40. It doesn't make sense. And you wonder why Black men don't waste their time showing up to events like this. They don't want to deal with the nonsense.
And I think in modern dating today, then it's crazy to me. I guess thinking about it from a marketing perspective, things that they will do in order to attract a certain type of an audience and setting up rich men as bait, right? When you have a mostly female, desperate ass audience, I think it's just you're lying to them. And that nuance and intelligent men in the building understanding that nuance is why the genders in that room are so damn lopsided. It will continue on being lopsided.
And you know what these simps gonna say, man? You bashing Black women. I'm not bashing Black women. I'm just being honest with them. Something that you guys refuse to do. If I was in last place, there's no way that I would be cocky and arrogant. I would try to figure out why I keep landing in last place so that I can fix the situation to do better moving forward. That's exactly what I would do if I was in last place. That's exactly what I would be doing. At some point, you got to go to the drawing board and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? But for some reason, black women feel like they don't have to do that. In their mind, they feel, well, it must be something wrong with the men because ain't nothing wrong with me. Men still want this. Yeah, they want to have sex with you, but they don't want to marry you. So if that's the case, you must go back to the drawing board and say, hold on, there's something wrong. Maybe I need to do something different. Is it my attitude? Is it my outlook on life? Do I talk back too much? Do I have a bad attitude? At what point do black women go to the drawing board and say, what am I doing wrong? Because if I keep landing in last place, I must be doing something wrong. Unfortunately, black women never think that they're doing anything wrong. They blame the men for the problems. And you can't tell me I'm lying, people.
Sided because men have a lack. It's always wild and it's crazy to me. I guess thinking about it from a marketing perspective, things that they will do in order to attract a certain type of an audience and setting up rich men as bait, right? When you have a mostly female, desperate ass audience, I think it's just you're lying to them. And that nuance and intelligent men in the building understanding that nuance is why the genders in that room are so damn lopsided. It will continue on being lopsided because men have a lack of trust in these singles events. And I think in modern dating today, it makes a lot of sense why. We're tired of wasting our damn times, especially when the culture is not telling these women to become the types of women that a man of value, even an average man, would even want.
Why would the culture said, listen, the culture, of course, the culture is not telling black women that they need to step up and become better women to attract and keep the type of man that they want. See, attracting a man and keeping a man is two different things. The easiest thing you can do as a woman is to attract a man, but keeping a man around is the real challenge. And unfortunately, most black women can't keep a man around. The easiest thing to do is to attract a man, but keeping a man is something that most of them just can't do. Society is not teaching women that they must qualify to be with the type of man they want. Society has taught women, which is feminism. Feminism has taught women that all they got to do is look pretty, show up, and they're the prize, and the man is supposed to roll out the red carpet. Well, how is that working out for you? It's not working out for you. So at what point do you go to the drawing board and say, I need to change some things because I'm not getting the results that I want? Somebody with common sense will come to that understanding. But when it comes to women, they're delusional. They don't operate from common sense. They operate from their emotions. Feminism has taught them that they don't have to put in any work and they still deserve a man regardless.
Value have to move incredibly carefully and choose the rooms that they are in incredibly specifically. Why? Because we have something to lose.
Come on, brothers. Like what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get the men over here, like the men who likes critical thinking, not these conscious beta male simps. This content is not for them. So what I need right now is this: to all you brothers who are critical thinkers, who operate from manhood and masculinity, you need to share this content and like the content. I understand why the conscious community don't want to hit the like button, because the conscious community don't like the fact that we hold women accountable. I understand that. So I don't expect them to hit the like button. But what I do expect is for you brothers who like real content and real game and real conversations that's rooted in facts, I do expect for you guys to bless the like button.
And we damn sure do not want our perspective, things that they will do in order to attract a certain type of an audience and setting up rich men as bait, right? When you have a mostly female, desperate ass audience, I think it's just you're lying to them. In that nuance and intelligent men.
Exactly, Scoop. You don't deserve a man. You earn your man. And how do you earn your man? You earn your man by putting in work, showing loyalty. Consistency and loyalty is how you earn a damn man. You don't deserve nothing. You got to work for it. You can't just sit up there and twerk for it and think that you deserve it because you got a big butt and you got a bunch of followers on Instagram, a bunch of beta males who want to sleep with you, a bunch of beta males that don't do nothing but tell you how beautiful you are all damn day. You got to make black women work for it. Stop allowing them to think that all they got to do is twerk for it instead of just working for it. Right? All I got to do is twerk for it. I ain't got to work for it. Okay, keep thinking that. You're going to continue to lose. You're going to stay in last place with that mentality, baby.
The building, understanding that nuance is why the genders in that room are so damn lopsided. It will continue on being lopsided because men have a lack of trust in these singles events. And I think in modern dating today, it makes a lot of sense why. We're tired of wasting our damn times, especially when the culture is not telling these women to become the types of women that a man of value, even an average man, would even want. Men of value have...
Society has influenced these women, and they've been influenced by feminism, right? Feminism. And listen, this is why I get pissed off with the conscious community, because those men are over there, they're simping. They won't tell women the truth. Prior to black women, listen, prior to feminism, black women had the highest rates of marriage and high birth rates. When black women became feminists, the rate of abortions went up and the birth rates went down. And then they became the least married women. How do black women go from being the most married women with high birth rates? Then once they embraced feminism, they had some of the lowest birth rates, and abortions went up. That ain't no coincidence. That's feminism. But beta males in the conscious community refuse to address that. Even though it's a major problem, they're staring you right in the damn face. You ain't got to take my word for it. Look it up yourself. Look at black women's birth rates and marriage rates in the 40s and 50s and the early 60s. Fast forward to the 70s and 80s. Now, all of a sudden, they're the least married women, low birth rates, and high rates of abortion. All of that stuff happened after they embraced feminism. So how could you call yourself a conscious man, but you refuse to speak on the fact that feminism has destroyed the minds of black women? Black women went from being the most married to the least married. That ain't no coincidence, family.
To move incredibly carefully and choose the rooms that they are in incredibly specifically. Why? Because we have something to lose, and we damn sure do not want our time or money wasted. Now, the last thing that I would want to do, unless I'm getting some content, baby, is to walk into a room where I know that there's sharks that are openly hunting within their predacious nature, based off of the concept of rich men being in the building. What you think that the women are there for when you set it up for that? All right? Anyway, questions, comments, concerns. Guys, leave it down in the comment box down below. This one was a particularly fun one. Yeah, I want to see you guys' thoughts, opinions, ideologies. I'll leave a link to Pink Book Lessons channel, or video rather. Down in the
That is true, Divine Allah. He said in the conscious community, this is what Divine Allah said. And I need you guys to bless the like button and show some love and support for the show. Divine Photos. This is what Divine Photos said. He said, in the conscious community, if the woman is a baby mama and is 4 for 4 and is FBA, the conscious community gonna make excuses for her. Yeah, they will. That's the unfortunate reality. They're gonna make excuses for her instead of holding her accountable, which is why the black woman never which is why she can never which is why she never improves. Because there's always an excuse for her. And the excuse is, well, it's the man's fault. That's why black women in the conscious community can't self-improve. Because the black men over there, all they do is make excuses for female behavior, and they never offer correction. There's no incentive for the black woman to get better in the conscious community, because some simp is going to make an excuse for them. When you look at black women's birth rates and marriage rates, prior to feminism, then you look at their marriage rates and birth rates after they embrace feminism, it's night and day. So how you gonna sit up there and avoid this conversation when you know that that has harmed the black community in a major way? But beta male simps in the conscious community won't even touch on the subject. They pretend like it doesn't affect the black community at all.
Description box down below. Last but not least, Viral to Value. All right, link to it down in the description box.
Shout out to Mediocre Tutorials for that, man. Let's go on over here to AC, Accountable Commentary. Let's see what AC had to say about this nonsense. Let's go.
Mixer that Kendra G had going on. He told me that that the mixer, which was in Philly, somebody from Philly said, "Hey, AC, I know where that's at. That's in the ghetto. That's that's in the hood." That's why black men didn't show up. They didn't want to get shot. They didn't want to get ran down on. They didn't want to get robbed. That's why. Can you imagine somebody saying, "Hey, I'm inviting you to this event, but it's in a crime-ridden, crime-infested area. It's in the slums. Hey, would you mind coming to the slums for this event? Would you mind coming and risking your life? Huh? Risking your valuables, whatever you have on you? Would you mind coming and risking getting hurt, risking getting beat up on, risking risking you and whoever else is with you, risking your vehicle. You don't know. You park your vehicle somewhere and people might vandalize it because it's a nice car. You got people who really hate on people who have nice cars. You park your car, you come back because it's a nice car and it's in a filthy neighborhood. You got scratches on it now. You know, you got scratches. You got all types of marks on it because they like, look at this nice car over here. Who has the nerve to have a nice car? Who has the nerve to have nice anything, you know? So why would you even go over there if you know that the neighborhood is filthy and nasty? That's what she had the mixer at. She had the mixer. It was a singles nasty mixer. It was a nasty single mixer. It was a mixer nasty singles. So let's go.
Gathering in Philadelphia. So I've been holding this video in the vault for a very long time, but I'm finally going to talk about it. Kendra G's gathering in Philadelphia was empty. And I believe I walked past, it was like, and the crazy thing is I was with my man. I was on a date. That's the crazy thing about it.
No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't.
It was like,
no, you was not on a date. Why would you be passing a singles mixer? What did you say to your date? Hey, would you mind coming to the singles mixer? What do you say? What do you say to your date? What are you talking about?
In the middle.
Stop lying.
I'm walking through the Kendra G Singles Live Philly.
And she said she was with a date. So her dates, your dates are supposed to be with you right here. Right here is where her date would be at.
And nobody is there, y'all. Hold on, look.
For all you conscious brothers out there, you're doing a major disservice to the community. Your women is in last place when it comes to marriage, but yet you offer no correction for their behavior, but you claim to love them. Your women abort their babies more than any other race of women, but you won't have the conversation to correct female behavior. But you talk all this conscious pro-black stuff all day. It doesn't make any sense. If your women is in last place, you got a major problem on your hands, buddy, but you refuse to address the issue.
Yeah, that's the building, and then this is the nasty building next to it, see?
Go closer to the end, right? So I walked past and it was like a big old Kendra sign out there. And I wanted to meet Kendra. Like, that's what I went for. I wanted to meet Kendra. And he's like, he didn't really know who Kendra was, but I was telling him who Kendra was. And I was like, I want to meet Kendra. So I go down there and I walk in. I didn't record when I was walking there, but I did record me walking past and leaving. And the girl at the front desk was like, Kendra is not here. Kendra didn't show up. I said, okay, well, this is it? She was like, this is it. Like, this is. And I said, well, did a lot of people leave? And she said no, like, because I thought I got there on the tail end of the party. And she was like, no, it wasn't a lot of. But what the part that got me is she said only 2 men walked in. It's been nothing but women there all night. As you can see in the video, it's nothing but women. As I was counting in the video, it was like 14 women. And then that's not even including the women that were in the back. It was like groups of women in the back getting drinks. And it was 2 men. 2 men.
Poor.
Now, the wigster eventually showed up, but it was a bust. It was a bust. The men didn't show up. Bunch of the women showed up. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing for the dudes that do show up. When they show up, right, these are the type of women that they run.
Like, imagine if you was coaching the LA Clippers, right? This is how bad it is, bro. That's like you coaching the LA Clippers, but you never say anything to them about how they perform on the court. That's what these conscious black men are doing. Your women are literally in last place, but you offer no correction for their behavior. None. You say nothing about their behavior when they're in last place when it comes to mating and dating. Let's say you're coaching the Cleveland Browns, and yet you offer no correction for their performance. That's what black men in the conscious community are doing. This is why I had to say, nah, man, I can't keep making that content, because the black men over there pretend like they don't see the problem.
Now, I want y'all to listen to this right here. Just listen to this.
When I saw my date, I was so disappointed because he's not my typical type. I like high yellow men with lots of tattoos. So I was like, he just seems boring.
Now look what she said about Duke. Look what she said about Duke. Look what she said.
Yeah, Let me tell you something. If I marry that, he's gonna have to be like a whole lot of money, I'm okay with selling.
Now the nerve of her to say something like that, like you can have your preference, right? But when black men say certain things, if a black man came out and say, hey, he wants a light skin Keisha with tattoos or whatever, you know what they're gonna call them? They're gonna call them colorists. But you don't hear that at all with her.
Well, that's the double standard for women. Women get to say, she says she like a man that's light skinned with a lot of tattoos. Okay, that's cool. That's what you like. Now, if a black man said he like light skinned women with long hair with big butts, you a colorist. You a colorist. That's exactly what they would be saying. They would have a hard time accepting the fact that that man has a preference, but that's the double standard that benefit women. If you came out as a man, listen, let's say one of those FBA content creators, let's be real. Let's say a brother who makes FBA content say, I'm attracted to light-skinned women with big butts and long hair. You know how many dark-skinned black women would quit supporting him and call him a colorist? And if you look at his content, he's been preaching black power, speaking up for the community for the last 2 years. But if he make one live stream or one video saying that he's attracted to light-skinned women with big butts and long hair, dark-skinned women in the FBA community would quit supporting him, and this would be their reason. He's a feminist. He don't love black women. He just want to date a red bone. They would get pissed off and stop supporting him. I promise you they would.
Hear that when they talk about them, and I tell you all the time that they're the ones that are the most colorist. They're the one of the most colorist. They look at skin tone, and skin tone really matters. And basically what she's saying is that just because he's not light-skinned with tattoos, he will have to pay more.
Yeah.
If he was light-skinned with tattoos, he doesn't have to come to the party. He doesn't have to come to the cookout. He doesn't have to come to her house. He doesn't have to take her on a tizzy tour. He doesn't have to have all these tangibles to show up and be accepted. As long as he has as long as he's light-skinned with tattoos, he doesn't have to show up with any money. He could show up with rabbit ears. He could just show up with rabbit ears. That's it. Rabbit ears for pockets. But if you are dark skin or brown skin, you got to have money. You got to have this is what you call colorism. Colorism. And is she hot? No.
Well, like AC say, take the 304 on the tizzy tour. AC, man, why don't you take the 304 on a tizzy tour, my brother? Tizzy tours only, huh?
Fine. Nope. She's invisible. She's invisible. Invisible big back over here. Invisible big back over here talking about, he has to have money for this or for that. These are the type of women that's...
She's an invisible big back, just like I told him, Scoop. If a black man that makes FBA content made a video and said that he's attracted to black women who are light-skinned with long hair with a big butt. You know how many dark-skinned black women in the FBA community would stop supporting this platform? Tons of them. Why don't you take the 304 on a tizzy tour?
You know, that's coming to these mixers. And how do we know? Because look at all the women that showed up on her on her show, whatever show she having, and they all sound the same. They all sound like birds. They busted. They up there talking about they want this type of man, 4 or 5 kids, washed, been through the spin cycle, dusted off. And they talking about they want a certain type of man. Liars, caught in many lies. And that's who you are going to the mixer to see. Low life, low level. Keishas, this is what you're going to see. This where you're going to be at. The low lives. That's what it should be called. It should be called the low lives. The low live mixer, the low life mixer.
Oh man.
The single low lives.
Oh man.
But here's the difference between Becky and Keisha. Here's the ultimate difference.
Ladies, listen up. I'm going to tell you where all the rich men going to be at this weekend, baby. Ladies, listen up. I'm going to tell you where all the rich men going to be at this weekend, baby. Fellas, don't. Ladies, listen up. I'm going to tell you where all the rich men going to be at this weekend, baby.
Good working. Where do I find a good working man? I can tell you where, okay? I am literally driving down back roads. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet, and I think I have passed truck after truck after truck.
I want you to hear that. She's driving. Now, this is from the video that I put out, a few days ago? This is the difference between them black men. On a back road. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet. She got up early. Back row Becky. Back row Becky. Early to look for one.
Where do I find a good working man? I can tell you where, okay?
Hold on.
I am literally driving down back roads. Where do I find a good working man? I can tell you where, okay? I am literally driving down back roads. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning yet, and I think I have passed truck after truck after truck after truck after truck. You aren't able to find the working men because they're at work, okay? So, women, listen to me. Racetrack, Quick Trip, or honestly just any local mom and pop gas station from 5 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the morning, okay?
And why? And here's the thing, right? A lot of y'all said that Becky was putting them on to some good game. I read the comments because a lot of y'all.
And I said this a long time ago too, and Kevin Samuels gave me props for saying this. I said this back in 2021. I said, you know how black women are saying, well, white women are getting all the successful black men. Well, maybe you need to take some game. Maybe you need to learn something from white women then. If white women are getting the best of black men, maybe you need to take some damn notes. I'm not saying that it is true, but you're saying it's true. So let's use your logic here. If white women are getting the best of black men, if white women are attracting the best of black men, how come black women don't take notes from the white woman then? If the white woman is winning and you're losing, at what point do you take the white woman's advice on how to treat a black man? I mean, that's just common sense if you ask me. And I never said that white women were getting the best of black men. Black women are the ones that said that white women were getting the best black men. So if that's the logic, and if you really believe that, maybe you need to take advice from the women that are actually winning.
Are actually the type of men that she's talking about. And when I mean the type of men, I'm talking about also the your work schedule, how you move. Some men move different. You know, I'm not saying all productive men move around, but you know, there's certain lifestyles, there's certain professions.
I mean, I'm asking you, brothers, doesn't that make sense? Like, if I'm not making sense, let me know. Because I don't mind correction. If I'm not making sense, please let me know. If white women are getting the best black men, how come black women don't take notes? Since white women are winning in that area. See, I got enough common sense to take advice from the people that are winning. So if black women really feel that way, how come they're not taking advice from white women on how to treat black men? If you're losing and they're winning, at what point do you take advice from the winners?
Certain trades that we all know, these type of guys, we know what kind of schedules they have. We know what time they're waking up, what time they're going out to work. We know at where they're going to get breakfast at, because we're those guys. We're those guys. We're those guys getting up early in the morning, right? Going outside, going to hit a food truck, get a bagel, get some coffee, right? Hit the mom and pop shop or at the gas station to get some coffee or get a sandwich or whatever it is, a breakfast sandwich. We are those guys. So what Becky is doing is saying, hey, you want to
see, this is the difference between the black man and the black woman. The white man was already winning when it comes to finances and wealth, but he still had to make laws to keep his women away from us, right? Because we possess something that money can't buy. Money cannot purchase the swagger and the physicality of a black man. Money just can't purchase that. So even though the white man had all the power when it came to wealth and resources, he was so jealous of the black man and he feared the black man so much to the point to where he made a law to keep his woman away from the black man. Now, if the white man was really secure in his position when it comes to masculinity and manhood, there would be no reason to make a law to keep their women away from us, because the white man would have been so secure within himself to say, I got all the money, I got all the power and resources. I don't need to make no law to keep my women away from that monkey black man. But the white man was so insecure. He knew that his women were secretly attracted to us. So out of fear, the white man did what? He created a law to keep his woman away from the black man.
For these guys, this is where they at. This is where they at. These are where the actual working guys at. Why? Because that's when they're going to get their breakfast sandwich. That's when they're going to get their coffee. That's where they're going to get whatever it is they need for the morning time before they head out to work. You know why she knows that? Because she's been with them. Matter of fact, she's seen them. She's been raised around them. She's watched her uncle. She watched her father. She watched her brothers go to work, and that's where they usually go in the morning time. Head off to go to one of these places to get some coffee, you know, one of these early morning places,
I mean, I want you brothers to think about that. So that's how you know it ain't about money. It's about who we are naturally. What the black man possess is something that money can't buy: the swagger, our lingo, the way that we walk, the way that we talk, the way that we slang pipe in the bedroom. That's something that the white man can't compete with, which is why he created laws to keep his women away from us. So let me tell you something, black man. If money is the only reason that's keeping your woman in line, she don't rock with you like that, big dog. She don't like you. She just want to use you for your resources. If I got to use money to keep my woman loyal to me, then she ain't really my woman. She's just there for the resources. I don't need her. Let the welfare. I'm going to tell you like Pimp Ken, I don't need her. I'll let the welfare feed her. And you guys need to develop that same mentality. If she's not rocking with you for genuine reasons because she likes the type of man you are, she likes the way that you talk, she likes the things that you stand for, she loves what you represent. If a woman ain't rocking with you for that, then she ain't rocking with you for genuine reasons, which is why you don't need her. You'd be better off letting a welfare feed her. And that's some pimping, that's some ism for that ass. Anytime you got to sit up there and spend cash to keep the woman, she don't like you like that. I'm not saying that you can't buy your woman nice things if she's rocking with you and she didn't prove her loyalty. Of course, you can do nice things for a woman who's proved her loyalty. But when you get one of these scallywags that want to brag about, you know, what a man should be doing for them, tell her to get lost. Let her go. Tell her to get ghost. Tell that broad adios. Take the 304 on a tizzy tour, like AC said.
Early morning food trucks, get some coffee, get a breakfast sandwich, and then after that, time to go to work. Yeah, she also said, and here that's the difference. Becky is talking about looking for a working man. These Keishas is out here lying, talking about, oh, that's where all the rich men are going to be at. Really? Really? So you're saying those few dudes that were in there, they're rich? Why would a rich man be there? Why would a rich man be at any...
Why would a rich man be at some event where you're going to have women that's past their prime? You're going to have a bunch of past prime women at these events. Why would a man that's rich need to show up to an event like that? Why would he need that when he already knows it's going to be a bunch of old women who already got children who are looking for some simp to finance their lifestyle? I mean, why would you sign up for that? If you're rich, you got money and you got options. There's no need to.
These mixers. First of all, he don't have to be. You know where the mixer at? The mixer is at wherever he wanted to be at. And guess who's the star? He's the star. Anywhere he's at, the women are chasing him. He's his own single mixer. He's mixing it up with the women. Any women that he wants, he's going to get them. He could get with them because he has the capital. This is what they're attracted to. So why should he have to go out looking for them when they're looking for him?
Yeah, why should he have to do that? Like I said, I gave you the example. White men had the money and resources, but yet they still feared black men because they knew that the white woman was naturally... He knew that the white woman was attracted to the black man. It was a natural attraction. So the white man feared the natural attraction that the white woman had for the black man. Never mind the fact that the white man had all the money and resources. He feared what the black man possessed naturally, which is why he created a law to keep his woman away from the black man. So black men, we got power. We got the type of power and swagger that can't be purchased with money. I'm going to say it again. We got the type of power and swagger that cannot be purchased with money. The white man feared that, so he created laws to keep Becky away from the black man. The white man word alone should have been enough to keep his woman away from us, but the white man knew his word alone wouldn't be enough to keep his woman away from us because she has a natural attraction to our swagger, our mouthpiece, the way that we walk, the way that we talk, everything about us. The white woman had a natural attraction for the black man, and the white man feared that, so he created laws.
There's no rich men out here at these mixers. Not at all. Not at all. And here's the thing. Average earning men shouldn't be there either. Above average earning men shouldn't be there. You look like a super lame being at these mixers because they're not for you. They're for them. Let them be together. They messed up big time. They're not supposed to be able to reach back. They messed up big time. They told you to step. You told them, hey, good morning. How you doing? You lame. You such a lame. You even called them queens. Hey, queen. And what did they do? What did they do? Huh? What did they do? After you called them queens, after you said sweet nothings to them, what did they tell you? Oh, you're corny. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that queen talk. I don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that in the morning time.
If the black man could only get overweight white women, why did the white man create laws to keep his women away from us? If the white man had all those resources, money and resources, intangibles, why would he need to create a law to keep his women away from us if we can only get fat white women? See, those are fake talking points that black women came up to cope with the fact that black men can attract women of other races. So their coping mechanism was, he can only get the white woman if he got money. He can only get the white woman if she's fat. Well, by that logic, the majority of black women are overweight. Then you could easily say, well, black men are only getting fat black women. Because if you look at most of the black women that black men get, those women are overweight. So why don't you just say that black men, for the most part, are just getting overweight women? Because if he'll mess with a black woman that's overweight, he'll mess with a white woman that's overweight. That's the unfortunate reality. So that's a coping mechanism. You can only get white women that's fat. You can only get white women if you got money.
What did they send you? Black men, what did they send you? They sent you a link. What was that link to? To their Cash App. That's what they did. They sent you a link. And you know why she wasn't into you? Because if you're on social media, you basically showing, parts of your life, not all of your life, but you're showing parts of your life. And the parts of your life that you're showing,
if most black women are overweight, how could they sit up there and use that excuse? You only getting white women that are fat. Well, most of you guys are overweight and out of shape. So that's like saying the black man can only get a fat black woman because the majority of you guys are overweight and out of shape. So when they make that excuse, or when they bring up that bold-faced lie, you can only get fat white women, or you can only get white women if you got money.
Boring to her. When she looks on your social media page, you know what she want to see? She want to see you flashing money, flashing Roscoe's. She want to see you up in the mix. She want to see you in a club. She want to see you throwing gang signs. She want to see you with a bunch of women. She want to see you talking reckless. She want to see you talking about how many women you slept with. She want to see you talking about all this degenerate action that goes on in the rap community. That's what excites her. She wants to see that on your timeline. If you on your timeline and you basically showing you putting together your engine, working on your car, clean, talking about sports, family videos or family photos, you and your family, if it's nothing degenerate on you and it looks like you a laid back dude and you just showing pictures of what you do on the daily, maybe you out or, you going fishing, maybe you cycling and you showing that on, you're boring. That's what it is. You got to be online pretending like you are something else in order to catch their attention. You got to pretend like you a Pookie. Do you know how many productive dudes I've known that told me that...
See, black women want black men to say black first, right? While they put themselves first, right? Now, when you make FBA content, you place yourself in a box because, for one, you can't hold black women accountable. And you can't deal with a non-black woman that respects you and maybe she worships the ground you walk on. So that's the box you place yourself in when you make this FBA content. Because if you make FBA content and you got a white woman, they're going to cancel you. If you make FBA content and you got a Latina wife or a white woman or any non-black woman, FBA people they're gonna gossip and tell everybody they need to cancel you for that. He ain't even got an FBA woman. We don't need to be supporting him. So you place yourself in a box to where you can only deal with FBA women regardless of how foul they treat you, and you can't mess with a woman who respects you and worships the ground you walk on. If she's not FBA, they're gonna ridicule you for that and tell everybody that you need to be canceled. So these are the things. When you make FBA content, you can't hold a black woman accountable, for one, and you can't get a non-black woman regardless if she worships the ground you walk on. So that's the box that you place yourself in when you make FBA content. You better not deal with that Latina woman or that white woman. I don't give a damn that she worships the ground that you walk on. You better get an FBA woman. Never mind the fact that she's fat. Never mind the fact that she got 3 to 4 baby daddies. You wife her up because she's a foundational Black American. How dare you get a Latina that's in shape, that worships the ground you walk on? How dare you get that white woman that respects you and worships the ground you walk on? You better not deal with that woman. You better take your ass over there and get that fat woman with 3 kids. She's a foundational Black American, so her being fat with 3 kids doesn't matter.
These Keishas are not into them because of their profession.
Yeah.
Because of their profession. They hear plumber, they hear electrician, they hear truck driver, they hear data analyst, they hear anything other than I pump poison, I pump death, I pump illegal, I do illegal activities. That's what I do. I'm out here scamming. I'm out here.
They're going to tell you that you need to deal with that woman because she Black and your mama Black. You can't afford to be an FBA content creator and deal with a non-Black woman that worships the ground you walk on. You can't do that making FBA content. They're going to cancel you if that's the case. They're going to tell everybody in the community that they need to cancel you because you're not with an FBA woman. They rather see you with an FBA woman that's fat with 3 baby daddies compared to you getting a non-Black woman that respects you and worships the ground you walk on. I promise you I'm telling the truth. No, you better get that woman. Never mind the fact that she's fat with 3 baby daddies. She's a foundational Black American. So you wife that woman up regardless. You better not get that Latina that's in shape with no kids that worship the ground you walk on. You better not deal with that Latina. I don't give a damn about the fact that she's in shape. I don't give a damn about the fact that she ain't coming to the table with no kids. I don't give a damn about the fact that she worships the ground you walk on. You better take your ass over there and get that fat Black woman who's a foundational Black American with 3 baby daddies that's overweight. You better sit up there and get that FBA woman. If you don't get that FBA woman, we're going to cancel you.
You're hitting people over the head. I'm out here. They hear electrician, they hear truck driver, they hear data analyst, they hear anything other than I pump poison, I pump death, I pump illegal, I do illegal activities. That's what I do. I'm out here scamming, I'm out here hitting people over the head, I'm out here sending people to the upper room, I'm out here selling poison to the community. I'm out here doing all this damage out here. If you're not doing that, they're not interested in you. So to hear her tell these women that she's, they're going to be, the rich men are going to be where she's at. Where does that come from? For Keisha to believe that, where does that come from? That come from books that they read. That come from reality TV. That come from these Tubi movies with these $6 budget, with these imaginary scenarios where you got these Keishas getting with these dudes that's out here making 7 figures, seven low 7, high 7 figures. This is all imaginary. While Becky is out here being realistic. And you know what? Not only is she being realistic, it's still exciting to her to run into guys that are productive. That's still exciting to her. It's exciting to see dudes that work with their hands. It's exciting to see hardworking men. She's still into that. She's still into that. These Becky and Maria would see a guy that's...
Shout out to Desmond Hill for the 10 and shout out to Charles for the 15. How come we only got 2 supporters, man? We give you guys entertainment with a whole lot of game mixed in there. Get us some real supporters. I want to see the brothers that like real content, real content, man. You know, we can't place ourselves in a box like that, man. We got to spread our wings and fly, my brothers. So it's very important that you guys support the platform, because I'm speaking for black men. You know, I'm still for black people, but I got to speak for black men first things first. Black men got to do what's best for them, because if we're the providers and the protectors of the women, then the women need to follow suit and just fall in line. And if they can't do that, the hell with them. Let the beta male simps deal with them. The hell with them if they can't fall in line. It's not our job to submit to the women. It's their job to submit to us. And if they can't do that, let them go. There's no reason to deal with them. If you gonna have, listen, if you got to compromise your manhood, integrity, and masculinity, there's no reason to deal with them at all. Not gonna sit up here and compromise my masculinity and integrity just to have your ran through punani. Just imagine what I really wanted to say, though. Just imagine what I really wanted to say. Never compromise your manhood, masculinity, and integrity just to have access to her punani that other men didn't already ran through. Nah, homie, don't never do that. If she don't fall in line with the program, tell her to scram. If she can't fall in line with the program, tell that woman to scram.
Dirty from working construction. He has his hard hat on. He has his vest on, his boots on, dirty, dusty, and that turns him on. That turns him on. Because they know behind that is benefits. They know behind that is stability. They know behind that is a guy that is not going to risk his life. He's not going to jeopardize his future. He's going to build, and she needs that, and she wants that for her future children. They think about the future. Keisha, all you need to impress her is a couple of fake chains, a fake Louis Vuitton shirt, some Jordans, some fake J's too, even some fake J's. And you in there like swimwear. But yeah, these single mixes, they're going to continue to fail. They don't work. Men are not there. Men don't have to be there. Men could just go outside and bag something. They don't need to go to a stink mixer. They don't need to go to a stuck-up mixer. They don't need to go to a delusional mixer to go there and be told they're not the type. Oh, he needs to be lighter, or he needs to be darker, or he needs to have tattoos. He needs to have a bandana wrapped around his head. He has to resemble Tupac. Man, get out of here.
It's too late. It's too late.
I'm going to tell you where all the rich men going to be at this weekend, baby. First of all,
well, take the 304 on the Tizzy tour. Take the 304 on a Tizzy tour.
In this particular clip, this woman is saying that for black women, the reality is that no one is just coming to save.
Shout out to Didi. One thing I can respect about Didi, that she's a black woman and she tells black women the truth. We got beta males in the conscious community that won't tell black women the truth. And you have a black woman here that's real enough to be honest with them and tell them why they're losing. Shout out to Didi. I can respect that, man.
So my question would be, why?
Oh my God.
Why is it that black women are looking for a savior? We're going to get into this video. I definitely want you guys to chime in. So make sure you let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on this. We're going to hop into the video. Listen, before we do though, if you are new to the channel and you like the content, but you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. Share and like the video and turn on that bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right. So make sure you are supporting the channel in that way. But let's go ahead and get into the video.
I think the hardest pill to swallow as a black girl is that no one is coming to save you. Whenever you're put in an uncomfortable position, or someone has disrespected you, or you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, absolutely no one is going to defend you. Maybe if you're lucky, another black girl, but besides that, they will all sit and watch you suffer. All the performative allyship, all the sisterhood, not even, other black men.
Shout out to the Gold Professor for the cash app. If you got a black woman that's real enough to tell black women the truth, how come these beta males in these conscious communities ain't real enough to be honest with black women? They're simps. That's why. Man, if I tell black women the truth, I'm going to lose my supporters. So I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to pander to black women about white supremacy and tethers all day. Let me tell you something, brothers. Talking about white supremacy and tethers all day ain't going to make the black women fall in line with you. At some point, you must correct her for her behavior.
None of those fake alliances matter when you are on the chopping block.
I think black women believe that they're exempt from criticism, critiques, accountability, anything. I think a lot of black women just want something for nothing. It's like you want special treatment as a black woman. This is where when you hear women say, as a black woman, you want something special and you want certain things, but you don't want to do anything that will require you to get that. The reason I say that is because it's an entitlement, and I'm being honest. And once again, it's not every woman, not every black woman acts this way or thinks this way, but some do. It's an entitlement that you expect people to just come to your aid, no matter your attitude, no matter how you are perceived, no matter how no matter what you do. You just automatically believe that as a black woman, people are supposed to just cater to you and come to your aid. And this is where you hear these women speak. You got to think to yourself, why do you think that people owe you something? You know what I mean? There's this mentality and entitlement, that I call it, that everybody else owe you something. But you don't think that you...
It's feminism. Feminism has indoctrinated these black women to believe that the man owes them something, as if we're supposed to give non-traditional women the traditional treatment. Imagine you looking for a traditional man, but you're a non-traditional woman. That is robbery. That is not a fair exchange.
You owe anything to anybody else. The decency or courtesy or respect in many cases. You see so many black women disrespect other black women, other people in general.
Well, you're right about that, Gold Professor. You can't correct somebody who refused to take instructions, which is why you can't deal with them. If a woman rejects your correction and she don't want to accept the fact that you're giving her direction, the best thing you can do is leave her the hell alone and not deal with her at all. You can't force anybody to listen to you. They got to take instructions, or you just got to leave them alone. It don't matter how much game you got. It don't matter how much wisdom you got. Some people just ain't going to listen to you. And when you run across those individuals that don't want to listen, it's your job to let they monkey ass go.
And they don't see anything wrong with it. They don't think that there's a consequence behind it. And all I'm saying is I think a lot of black women are entitled. I think you're able to dish dirt, but you don't want it back. You're able to be disrespectful to people.
Shout out to T-Fan1 for the cash out. I appreciate you, T-Fan for the cash out, bro.
In a way, but you don't think that people should be disrespectful to you back. You want to put it out there, but if somebody give it back, then you're surprised and shocked, and you want some type of you know what I mean, you want some retribution, but you never look at yourself and say, you know what, I was wrong in this. And
listen, like I said, this Gold P, you can lead the camel to the water, but it's up to the camel to drink. You can point somebody in the right direction, but it's up to them to take the first steps. You dig what I'm saying? Real talk. Now that's really than rap, no cap. You dig what I'm saying? Now that's some straight lace ism for you, man. Yeah, man, you can lead the camel to the water, but it's up to the camel to drink.
It was my fault. But if somebody gives you that same energy, it's all on them. And I think people have become tired of that, tired of seeing it. And once again, this is not everybody, because everybody don't act that way. But I think what happens is it's like you throw the rock and hide your hand. There's never any accountability for the behavior on black people's parts. But then when people start moving away and stop catering to you, now nobody's there to save you. There's never anybody to defend you. But there's been many situations
Listen, man, you can give a black woman perfection. Not perfection. I'm going to correct that. You can give a black woman direction, protection, sex, and affection. But it don't mean that you need to be dealing with her, because if she refuses to respect you and fall in line. It don't matter that you're giving her provision, protection, and good direction. Some of these women still won't listen because they've been programmed not to, and it's up to you to let them go. They've been programmed not to, so you have to let them go. You can give her provision, protection, sex and affection in good direction. It doesn't mean that she's going to listen to you. And if she don't listen to you, it is up to you to let that bra go. Everybody ain't worthy of being on your team. It don't matter that you giving a bra proper you can give her proper instructions. Like I said, it's up to her to take the first steps. It don't matter if you're leading her in the right direction. It's still up to her to take the first step. You dig what I'm saying? I know men who provided for women, took care of them, and did everything. And at the end of the day, these women still file for divorce. And like I said, it's scary that Black women file for divorce at the highest rate. How you going to be the least married woman on planet Earth, but you file for divorce at the highest rate? That doesn't make any sense. Right? The Black woman don't want correction. She wants protection and provision, and she wants somebody to sponsor her lifestyle, but she feels like she don't need to listen to you. I'm not saying all Black women think like that, but well over 50% do. Not all Black women. I never said all, but well over 50% do, and anything over 50% is the majority. When you've been indoctrinated with feminism, you're not going to do the right thing. Even if you do, even if she does get a good man, she's not going to be fit for the man because she's been indoctrinated with feminism. At some point, that relationship will fall off because the Black woman she's been taught to be defiant, argumentative, and combative. Because feminism has taught them that they can do and say whatever they want to do and still receive provision and protection from the Black man who's supposed to provide for her. That's the entitlement that they've been indoctrinated with from feminism. Now I'm giving you some straight lace ism. It's up to you to take it for what it is. I tell you guys no lies. This is straight lace game right here, baby. This is straight lace game, baby. It don't matter if you provide for her and take care of her. If she's been indoctrinated with feminism, she's not fit to be with a man of your caliber. You can give her protection, provision, everything. It doesn't mean that she's going to be loyal to you. You know how many beta male Simpson, man, I used to pay her bills, man. I even took care of her kid that wasn't mine, and she still was talking back. She still was disrespecting me. Let me tell you something, homie. If a woman's been indoctrinated with feminism, there's nothing you can do with them. It don't matter how much you provide. It don't matter how much you protect. I don't give a damn that you paying her bills. I don't give a damn that you playing stepdaddy to her kids. If she's been indoctrinated with feminism, she is no good for you, player. You got to leave that broad where you found her. That woman is, she's damaged beyond repair at that point. Some of these women been through too much to pair bond with any man. It doesn't matter how good you are to her. She's been damaged beyond repair. She's been with too many men. She's been through too many bad situations, which is why she is damaged goods. She'll never be the type of woman that you need her to be. She'll never be that. And at some point as a man, you got to be real enough to accept that she'll never be the type of woman that you need her to be. She's not built to be the type of woman that you need her to be. This woman is damaged beyond repair. She is damaged goods. Leave her alone. And at some point, Black men got to learn to leave women alone that are damaged beyond repair. As Black men, we got a tendency to think that we can make it work. Well, maybe if I was nicer to her, maybe if I provided more things, just maybe then she'll fall in line. None of that stuff is going to make her the woman that you want her to be, homie. I'm trying to lace you with this ism. I'm trying to lace you with this wisdom. You dig what I'm saying? None of that is going to make her the type of woman that you need her to be, homie. The quicker you realize that, the better off you will be. Some of these women are damaged beyond repair. There's nothing you can do to save them.
Black women have been defended, but even in that case, it was never a situation where it was respected or appreciated. There are lots of men who have protected Black women, lost their lives behind Black women.
Oh, tell them, Dee, I like this sister right here because one thing she does is keep it real. You know how many Black men that have lost their lives in freedom defending and protecting Black women? Go ahead, let that drum roll, please.
Accountability for the behavior on Black people's parts. But then when people start moving away and stop catering to you, now nobody's there to save you. There's never anybody to defend you. But there's been many situations where black women have been defended. But even in that case, it was never never a situation where it was respected or appreciated. There are lots of men who have protected black women, lost their lives behind black women. But it's never enough and it's never appreciated. And then you have women who have nasty attitudes and create these problems, and you still want people to run to your aid even when you're wrong. So I think to say that may be the case, but there's a lot more context to this whole narrative. There's more than what meets the eye. It's not just, oh, nobody don't want to help a black, because people have. But it gets to a point to where people get tired of defending something that shouldn't be defended. You know what I'm saying? And so I think there's a lot more that goes with it than just that blanket statement, oh, there's no savior, there's no one to rescue you, when there have been. And I think a lot of black women have not respected it or taken advantage of it. To now, it may be the case, but it hasn't always been that way.
This is an especially hard pill to swallow because we are always everyone's superwoman. That's what people say. Oh, if you're in trouble, find a black woman. Because we are always so ready and so eager and so willing to help. You don't even have to ask us. We will come to your aid every single time. But I think we have to stop. We have to stop because we will run ourselves into the ground and get into really bad situations trying to help other people out who would never, ever, ever, ever do the same for you if the roles were reversed. Protect your peace and keep taking up space. But from another black girl to another one, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I hear what she's saying, but I don't think that that's always the case. I don't think that every black woman is always ready and there to help. And I think there are some good black women out there who are really just good people and like to help folks. Yes, of course. But to say that black women in general are just there, no, because there are a lot of situations where other black women have been harmed and, been in harm's way. And we've never seen black women in mass go into their aid. We didn't see black women go and protect these other black women from danger. We don't see that in mass. They don't do anything just like other people don't do anything. So I just think that's just a blanket statement to say, oh, black women are always there for everybody. I don't believe that that's the case. I think black women expect everybody else to be there for them, but it's not always reciprocated. There have been situations where black women have certainly put other black women in harm's place or in harm's way. So it's not that generalized, and it's not the case specifically for all black women or just these heroes and caping for other women and helping. No, there are some cases where that's happened, but that's not always the case. It's quite the opposite in a lot of situations. I don't think anybody should be looking for a savior, to be honest. I don't think you should be looking for somebody to come and save you. And quite frankly, I think a lot of black women have put themselves in these positions. I think you've put yourself in a position to where nobody is looking to help you because you said you didn't need the help. And as much as black women, there's been this narrative that, oh, the black woman is so strong and this and that. The moment we start hearing women debunk that, to say, no, we're not these strong individuals where we don't need anybody, you still have another group of women who come along and say, oh, we're independent. You took the strong black narrative and turned it into these independent boss chicks that don't need a man and don't need help, and we got it and we can do it by ourselves and we don't need nobody. It's equivalent to what they tried to debunk, the fact that black women are these strong women and we just got it together. It's kind of like they brought it back. The minute you had women out here trying to say, no, we're not these strong, we're not always strong, we need help. Because when you say you're so strong, people assume that you don't need any help. You got it. You're strong. You can handle it. So they tried to remove that narrative off of black women, and then these modern women brought it right back. Independent, I don't need no man, and this and that. So now we're back to a place where people are saying, hey, y'all said you're independent, you don't need us, you're making the money, you got it. So you don't need rescuing, you don't need saving, you don't need nobody to come to your aid. And then on top of that, you say you don't need it. You say,
right, you don't need it. So why should you rescue a woman with a nasty attitude like that? You will be foolish to rescue a woman or provide for a woman who thinks like that. You will be dumb. I'm trying to save you men from dealing with problems. If a woman has that mentality, you need to leave her the hell alone. Leave that woman to her own vices and watch her self-destruct. I'm telling you what's up. Shout out to Didi. This is a black woman that's being real about what's really going on in today's society. You got conscious black male simps who won't even be honest about what's really going on with black women in the dating game. And they won't say nothing. Well, I'm going to talk about white supremacy and tethers all day. I'm not going to hold the black woman accountable. No. I'm not going to hold the black woman accountable. No. I'm going to pander to them about white supremacy and tethers all day. Okay, cool.
You can do back to a place where people are saying, hey, y'all said you're independent. You don't need us. You're making the money. You got it. So you don't need rescuing. You don't need saving. You don't need nobody to come to your aid. And then on top of that, you say you don't need it. You say you can do everything by yourself. So why would people want to run to be your savior when y'all got it? That's the part y'all don't understand. When you create a narrative that says you don't need anybody and you got it, that's exactly the response that you get. For women who say they don't need a man, you don't need nobody, you don't need a husband, you don't need a family, you don't need children, you just want to be independent, you trying to get to the bag, you can make the money, you can do it.
I'm not going to sit up there and hold black women accountable. No. I'm going to pander to black women about white supremacy and tethers all day. Will I hold black women accountable for anything? No. I can't make money holding black women accountable. This is why I pander to them about tethers and white supremacy all day. Okay, cool. I get it.
Everything a man could do and you could do it better, you win. You got it. So you don't need nobody to save you because you're your own savior. Y'all are strong, independent, and you can make money and make more than men, and you're stable and you got it. So I don't understand. I don't understand it.
You know what I'm saying? Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
So your girl is back with another reaction video. Now this comes from Kendra G once again. This is a video that somebody sent to me again, and I also saw MTR cover this as well, but I think I covered this a while back. But
I'm not gonna hold black women accountable for anything. No, I'm gonna pander about tethers and white supremacy all day. I can't make money holding black women accountable. No.
I'll go ahead and go over it again because I don't remember. But in this particular video, this is a single mom of 3. She is also a stripper child. And she's looking for a man. So we're going to get into the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you like the content. Share and like the video. And turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new content, all right? So we're going to go ahead and get into the video. Y'all definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, here we go.
Oh, yay.
Hello.
I watch your show every day.
Thank you.
Now you got these wig warriors, right? Single mothers who happen to be wig warriors talking about what type of man they deserve. The nerve of these broads. Single mothers who are wig warriors.
Every time on, I put all my guy friends on. I'm ready.
I appreciate it. What's your name, honey?
I'm Jasmine.
It don't matter. Like, you can say whatever about Didi. I don't have nothing negative to say about Didi. I know a lot of black women pander to black men, but guess what? The truth is a damn truth. If she's a chameleon, then the truth shall reveal itself eventually. All I'm saying is you got black women who are single mothers and wig warriors talking about the type of man they deserve. The nerve of these bras, man.
Jasmine, where you calling us from?
Florida.
Florida, what part?
Closer to Tampa, so it's St. Petersburg, Tampa.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 25.
St. Petersburg and Tampa is the same area. Like when you go to Tampa, Florida, there's a bay right there, kind of like the Bay Area. You got a crack in Florida. This is like the West. This is like the Gulf Coast of Florida. I've been all over Florida, man. I've been to Tallahassee, Pensacola, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Daytona Beach. I've been on the Atlantic side of Florida and the Gulf side, and I'm very familiar with St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay area, man. So I get it. You dig what I'm saying? I had a female that was from Palm Beach. I had a broad down there that was from Palm Beach that was rocking with me heavily. Had to quit dealing with her because she kept talking about, I want to be married. I want to be married. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to do all that right now, man. I ain't even been knowing you for a year, and you were already talking about let's get married. That's crazy. But she was a baddie. She was sexy. She was a baddie. She had a good job and everything. But she kept talking about we need to get married. I'm like, man, I only been knowing you for 10 months. Hell, I need to talk about marriage for. But anyway, let's go. Here's a single mother that's a wig warrior telling everybody what type of man she deserved. The nerve of this woman.
25. What you do for a living, honey?
I am a sex worker.
So you're about to be my okay.
To Tampa, so it's St. Petersburg, Tampa.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25. What you do for a living, honey?
I am a sex worker.
So you're about to be okay. So I had an actual girl that was a prostitute that was working. I had a sex worker from Canada. So you'll be my first sex worker from America. Okay. Well, I guess the prostitute was a sex worker too. So what kind of sex?
Kendra G is a wig warrior. So is this single mother. And look at them long ass nails, man. Like, come on, man. Only a ghetto black man would take a woman like this. No black man with standards and options would settle for no bra like this. She looks terrible. She looks absolutely horrible. But in her mind, she is ghetto fabulous, and you can't tell her nothing. You can't tell this woman that she ain't beautiful. She's the bottom of the barrel, but she believes that she is beautiful. She's ghetto and nasty, far from classy. But in her mind, she's beautiful. She's a wig warrior and a single mother who feels like she deserves a man that is top tier. That is crazy.
Worker are you?
I've done pro, so I've done pro videos. I started off as a cam model doing the online thing. And currently, I'm just more into dancing these days because I'm on hiatus. Trying to find something else to get into or just jump back into my old habits.
So, are you a stripper?
Currently dancing, yeah.
Okay.
I started that a couple years ago, but I've been doing sex work since I was like 18.
Wow. So,
and I said this years ago, man, and this is the sad thing about black women. Black women wear wigs that comes from, they wear hair, they purchase hair that comes from other races of women. I showed you guys a video of a black woman pulling out the blicky to rob for some yaki, to rob for some damn weed. She pulled out a strap and busted a cap to rob that beauty store for them wigs. You did. I told you guys a long time ago, black women are not the standard of beauty. They're the standard of booty. And there's tons of beautiful black women. Yes, I love black women, but at the same time, I gotta hold them accountable for their behavior. I'm talking about the role that black women have accepted in society. When you're spending money on hair that comes from other races of women, you don't feel like you're beautiful. So what do black women do? They show their butt. Do black women lead with their beauty or do black women lead with their booty? It's safe to say that the black woman leads with their booty. And I said this years ago. I said black women are not the standard of beauty. They are the standard of booty. Why you think they show their butt every Instagram photo of these bras? They showing their butt, showing pictures with their butt stinking, with their butt sticking out. Well, stinking out. I say with their butt stinking out. Because a lot of them booties are nasty and it's smelly. You need to take a damn shower and get in the damn bath. Which is, I'm going to tell you something that's really sad, brothers. If black women truly felt like they were the standard of beauty, they would rock their natural hair. Black women feel like, well, the white woman is the standard of beauty. So if I can't be the standard of beauty, I'll become the standard of what? I'll be the standard of booty.
Are you, now the woman that called me from Canada said it was legal there. Is that legal where you're at?
Okay, I don't do full service sex work.
Okay, what kind of service do you do?
So the cam thing would be at home from my computer where I log into a site, and just like how we're live now.
Why you think they said Kim Kardashian went to get butt implants? She trying to take our men. The reason why black women felt so threatened by Kim Kardashian because she went to get booty. And black women feel like you guys are already the standard of beauty. Now you trying to go out there and get booty. You trying to take our men. Y'all white women are already the standard of beauty. Now you're trying to go out and get booty. Y'all trying to take our men. That's why some of them were so upset with Kim Kardashian. They like, you already got the beauty game on lock. At least let us keep at least let black women be the standard of booty. Since white women have the standard of beauty, Kim Kardashian trying to get a big butt. She trying to take our men.
Will be a live stream like that.
So you're a porn star?
Yeah. Well, I started off as Kim, then I got into it's two different things, but the same thing.
What's Cam?
Webcam modeling would be sites like Chatterbait, Cam Soda, Jasmine Live, Streammate.
Oh, I don't know any of these people. Well, okay, let me just break down what it is. So is it basically, is one just you by yourself, and then the other one is you with a person?
So Cam would be you at home in your own space, and you're live streaming where people come and you interact together, and they basically pay to see you do different things. Whereas you have to deal with contracts and agents, and you fly to the different shoots. And
now, I don't know why any man with money would want to be with a woman that got a gang of kids by another man. That doesn't make sense. You got to be a certified simp. Like if you're successful as a man, why would you want a woman with a gang of kids by another man? I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all to do that. Like, I would never touch Kim Kardashian as a man who's a celebrity that got money. I got too many standards. Why would I want a woman who gave Kanye West how many kids Kanye and Kim got together? Why would a man that's successful and well off take on a woman that already got multiple kids by some other man that's in the industry? That doesn't make any sense. Now, I understand having sex with her and hooking up for fun, but I would never put her in no wife position, especially if she didn't already have kids by another man. That doesn't make any sense. Hit the like button if you haven't already. The game is coming heavy, baby.
Whole different ball game.
Okay, so that's the sex type of jobs that you do.
Yes.
So just to be clear, you don't have sex with men.
No, and yes, I have, but I haven't done in a couple years now. But I full service sex work. I'm not having sex with strangers. No.
I mean, is it a big difference? It's all sex work. You know, they are still strangers. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I mean, this is not a new thing. Come on, we all know about sex work and strippers and cam models and all this kind of stuff. And I don't understand why they call them models, but I guess they're modeling their bodies. It's a seedy type of business. It's never a business that you look at and it's respected at all. And this is why it's always interesting when you see women who do this type of work come on these shows looking for love and looking for companionship, because we already know that 9 times out of 10 these relationships don't work out. There's always an issue when it comes to stars and men, because men don't really respect that line of work. So it is always
why would you want companionship, a serious relationship with a woman that's been ran through and she's a damn sex worker? Like, what type of beta male simp you got to be to look for love and companionship in a woman like that? I mean, that's crazy, man. Hit the like button already, man.
Interesting to see how these usually pan out, because I know, you know, these women that become these sex workers, that's a whole, you know, different ball game. These women are, you know, they're sleeping with men for money, and most men don't look at a woman and respect her in that way. So just think, if you see a woman that you like and you try to be with her and change her life around by, you know, getting her out of there. Because what I've noticed,
you can't change a woman, right? You can't change her, right? She is who she is, and she gonna be who she gonna be. So thinking that you can use money to rescue damaged women is foolish on your part, right? Money don't change women. It don't. So for you thinking that, oh, well, I'm going to rescue her and provide for her, I'm not going to change her, you're foolish for thinking that. These women don't change. They'll pretend to be feminine, but eventually their true colors will show.
'Cause what I've noticed, you know, these women that become these sex workers, that becomes, that's a whole, you know, different ball game. These women are, you know, they're sleeping with men for money, and most men don't look at a woman and respect her in that way. So it is always,
They'll pretend to be feminine, but eventually their true colors will show. You got to know that to be a fact, homie. They'll pretend to be feminine in hopes that you're dumb enough to not see her for who she really is. If a woman is a 304, she always going to be a 304. There's nothing you can do to change that. Women are good at being chameleons. She'll pretend to be feminine. She'll pretend like she has these qualities, but in reality, she does not. You can't use money to think, like, if you think you can use money to change a woman, then you a damn fool. No amount of money will change her from who she really is. A lot of men got to learn to accept that women gonna be who they gonna be. No amount of money is gonna change her. No amount of money is gonna make her a better woman.
From a few people who have dealt with strippers is they like the woman, but they want to take her out of that life. They don't want to be in a relationship with her while she's still stripping. It becomes contentious in the relationship because most men don't want to really wrap their...
One thing you got to know is this: when hard times arrive, which they will eventually, she's going to go right back to what she's used to. People always go back to what they're used to when times get hard. See, when everything is going good, she's going to pretend to be feminine. You're going to have good sex with her. You're going to have fun. But as soon as hard times arrive, she's going to revert right back to the person that she always was. So what I mean is no amount of money can change her. If she's a 304, she always going to be a 304. No amount of money is going to change the fact that she's a 304. And that's how she was living way before she met you. A lot of you men got to learn to accept women for who they are and not for what you want them to be.
Brain around the fact that the woman that they're with, the woman they're calling their woman, is sleeping with all kind of men for money. So what happens is a lot of these men try to remove these women from that scene and turn them into a housewife, and it just really honestly never really works out that way because they become accustomed to that lifestyle, and it's very difficult to break them out of that. Plus the money that they make too. And so, yeah, a lot of times those relationships fail because it's something I don't think men could deal with for real. I think they try to, some of them, but it never really works out because these women are, you know, in a sense addicted to that lifestyle, and they get used to it and they become accustomed to it, the money and everything. But they want committed relationships also, but it's difficult for a man to really wrap his brain around a woman that he's with is out here busting it open for money for all kinds of men. And then you got to think the psychological reality of all of this and what men are thinking when you're intimate with your woman. It's going to be a problem. This is why those relationships usually fail. But let's continue.
They never work because eventually what you're going to do is when she pisses you off or do something that's, let's say she do something that make you think that she's a 304. Now, let's say, well, she is a 304, right? Let's say she didn't answer her phone, right? And she came home in the morning and she had a history and a reputation for being a 304 when you met her. Soon as she pissed you off, you're going to remind her that she was a 304 in the first place, but you ain't had no business being with the woman or taking her serious at all. So the relationship is not going to work. In the back of your mind, you're always going to look at her like a 304. Don't matter how much she try to put on her Valley Girl voice. Don't matter how much she try to put on her Valley Girl voice. No matter, it doesn't matter how much it doesn't matter how much she tries to convince you that she's changed. In reality, she has not changed. You have to learn to accept women for who they are and not for what you want them to be. A lot of men, we try to force a woman to be what we want them to be. You have to accept them for what they are. Then at that point, you got to make a choice. Is this woman worthy of dealing with or not? You got to make a decision as a man. You can't take a 304 and think you're going to make her you can't take a 304 and think that you're going to change her into this modest woman, this honest, God-fearing woman who has morals and principles. No, she ain't never lived by morals and principles. She'll pretend to be feminine, but eventually her true colors shall show. Stop trying to turn 304s into housewives and long-term girlfriends. Save yourself the headache. Save time, save money and energy. Don't do it, family. No amount of money will take a 304. No amount of money can stop a woman from being a 304 or a sex worker. It is in her. It is not on her. I'm going to say it again. It is in her. It is not on her. If she's a 304, then she's a 304 by nature. No amount of money will change her. What is it gonna take for you men to understand what I'm saying and take heed to that? No amount of money will stop a 304 from being a 304. Why? Because that's who she is naturally. No amount of money will change the facts, family.
All right, Jasmine, you have any children?
I do.
How many? How many?
3.
How old are your kids?
I have 8, 7, and 3.
Are they all by the same man?
No.
How many men?
3.
Why are you not with the 3-year-old dad?
He was my longest relationship. He was the one that was with me when I first got started and everything, and our relationship just kind of ended on a bad note.
Because the 3-year-old was your longest relationship?
Yeah, we were together for 4 years. He was like my first serious relationship.
Okay. But the 8 and 7-year-old, those were not relationships?
No, the 8-year-old was a whole different story. And
See, they got these different baby daddies. Listen, if a woman got multiple baby daddies, you can't make a wife out of her. She got too many different DNAs living within inside of her. You can't take a woman with multiple baby daddies and think that you can make a wife out of her. You can't do it. Save yourself the money, the time, and energy. It's not going to work, family. Take advice from your player upon the King Supreme. Make sure that you soak up this game, this knowledge, this wisdom, and certified ism.
My 7-year-old, me and his dad were friends, and we're still friends now, but some situations just stay as friends.
Okay. And the 3-year-old dad, so when did y'all break up?
2020 officially.
So she got 3 baby daddies. What makes you think you can make a wife out of some broad with 3 baby daddies? Seriously. I know women in the conscious community that be in these discords and they don't tell these dudes that they got 2 or 3 baby daddies. They won't say nothing. You got these beta male simps in the conscious community think that they got all these women around them, not realizing that these women are habitual and they're habitual baby mamas. The conscious community is full of 304s with different baby daddies running to the conscious community because they're looking to be saved. The conscious community, unfortunately, is full of baby mamas. It's full of women who are way past their prime, who want to pretend like they on some black power. They want to pretend like they're on some black empowerment. These women got 3 and 4 baby daddies, and they be chopping it up with these beta male simps in these discourse. And these beta male simps really think that they got some good women around them that's representing black power. These women are certified baby mothers, bro. And these beta male simps in the conscious community think, I got women in my Discord. They be pulling up to talk with me. Yeah, homie, because they already got 2 and 3 baby daddies. They're looking for some simp to rescue them. And it's sad that you don't know that. You got all this wisdom and knowledge about black power and white supremacy, but you don't know nothing about no women. They come, listen, they flock to these conscious communities because they know there will be no judgment over there. So let me flock to these men that won't judge me for having 3 baby daddies. So a lot of these women flock to the conscious community and hopes to get rescued by one of these conscious simps that's going to look past the fact that she got 3 baby daddies. That's why they flock to these conscious communities, because they don't judge women over there. They don't say nothing about them being 2 to 3 time baby mamas. So their only hope to get a husband is, I'm going to get on some black empowerment and just flock to the conscious community. Maybe I can find a man that'll look past the fact that I got 3 baby daddies. That's why they flock to the community, family. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what I feel. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. I know a lot of these women personally. I didn't chop it up with them behind the scene. They flock to the conscious community because they already got 2 to 3 baby daddies and they're looking for some conscious simp to rescue them. That's why they flock to these black empowerment communities.
Oh, and your child was just born?
Yeah.
And why'd y'all break up again?
A lot of things happened in a relationship. Like, the more I started growing, he started falling behind, and he was a little bit intimidated. Like, he would be a part of part of it in the beginning, but things just got weird when I wanted different things than he did. Like, I was super focused on moving up in my career, and he was super focused on not going down that path, but he still wanted the perks and the benefits from that career.
Okay.
No, she probably wants to do more work and more corn work, get more up the ladder in that business. And he was probably like, nah, I can't deal with that. I just can't do it. You know, if you're making money and you're contributing to the household, yeah, he would benefit because he's there, but he probably just couldn't wrap his head around the fact that this is what you was choosing to do and you want to go further in it. It's not like you wanted to stop it and do something else. You get used to the money and you're like, okay, now I want to do more. And that man just couldn't deal with that. Most men can. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
What's your zodiac sign, Jasmine?
Libra.
So right now you are a dancer.
Yes.
Okay. So this is Jasmine, Florida, St. Petersburg, 25.
Listen, the reason that 304s and ex-bed wenches flock to the conscious community because brothers in the conscious community don't hold black women accountable. And these women know that. That's why they flock over there, because they know they're not going to be judged by the brothers who preach black power all day. So the easiest way for a black woman to be forgiven for her promiscuous past, or based on the fact that she has 3 baby daddies, she'll flock to the conscious community because they don't hold black women accountable over there. That's why ex-bed wenches, strippers, and prostitutes, and women with 3 to 4 baby daddies, that's why they flock to the conscious community, because brothers over there don't hold black women accountable. They're going to call them queens regardless. I promise you. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what I feel or think.
Libra. She said she's a sex worker. She has 3 kids, 8, 7, and 3. So are you looking for a boyfriend?
I am now, yes.
So this is Jasmine, Florida, St. Petersburg, 25, a Libra. She said she's a sex worker. She has 3 kids, 8, 7, and 3. So are you looking for a boyfriend?
I am now, yes.
So you want a boyfriend that obviously would be okay with your profession?
Yes.
So what kind of man are you looking for?
Okay, I'm gonna say I'm looking for someone that's gonna come healed. Nobody has said that yet, but come healed, because I don't want you to be out here talking.
Ma'am, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. So you want a man to come completely healed, and we supposed to believe, and she's a cute girl. I will give her that. She's cute. But you
No, she not. She got a gang of weave and makeup on. Hell nah, she ain't cute. Tell her to take off that wig and makeup so we can see what we really working with.
Us to believe that you're healed after all of this sex work and whatever trauma led you to it. We believe that you healed. Most people are not going to believe that, sweetie. And to have a man, I told you, it's a projection. The things that you lack is what you expect.
I'm telling you, brother. Ex-bed wenches, strippers, and prostitutes, and women with 3 to 4 baby daddies flock to the conscious community because brothers over there gonna call them queens regardless. That's why they flock to these. That's why they flock to these conscious communities, because they know they won't be judged if they run over there. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what I think. That's a fact, family. You know what I'm saying? There's all type of ex-bed wenches, strippers, prostitutes, and women with 3 to 4 baby daddies that's flocking to these conscious communities. Brothers in these conscious communities don't hold black women accountable. That's why they feel comfortable flocking over there in the first place.
The man, keep that in mind. Stay woke. The things that they're projecting onto you is where they lack. How are you going to tell me that you're end up in this corn sex work and you're so healed and all this and you don't have no trauma you dealt with and you just 100% great all together at that age? There's people that's 50 and 60 years who are still, been to therapy and still trying to get healed. There are people who are way older than her and still working on their healing. They're not all the way there yet. So how are you all the way there yet 100%? And you expect this man to come 100%, and you got all this baggage that, clearly probably still need therapy to cope. The fact that you're out here doing this type of work, this comes with a lot of mental stress, I would assume. And then you have 3 kids by 3 different dudes, and you telling me you're healed? Make it make sense. No one's going to believe you. No one's going to believe you. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
About how your ex hurt you. I don't want you to have like childhood trauma that you're not going through. I've gone through all of my traumas. I've mastered those phases. So I want this person to be 100% healed.
Let me tell you guys something, man. When I was doing content for FBA, I really started doing it because I wanted to put black people up on game about illegal immigration. Latinos are the fastest growing group in the South. I'm talking about Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, right? Latinos are the fastest growing group in the South. So I was putting my people up on game about how you got to stop voting Democrat, because the Democrats are the ones that allow these illegals to come over here by the millions. So that was the whole purpose of me making FBA content. I knew black men in these conscious communities were simps. I already knew these dudes were simps. But I made content like that to put them up on game that, hey, man, you need to vote against these Democrats because they're the ones that's keeping the borders open. And these Latinos are the fastest growing group in the South. Let me tell you something. 70% of the new homeowners in North Carolina are Latinos. So eventually they're going to turn North Carolina and South Carolina into California, into Texas. That's why I was putting my people up on game when I was making that content in the first place. But let me tell you something. I had a lot of conversations with these FBA women who be behind the scenes in these discords. The majority of them got kids and different baby daddies. The majority of them, I promise you, family. These women be in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. And they flock to these conscious pro-black communities because black men over there don't hold them accountable for anything. I've had conversations with these women behind the scenes, and I'm not going to put them out there by putting them on blast and telling them and exposing them and putting their names on blast. I'm not going to do that because I don't expose individuals. But what I'm telling you, and you can take this to the bank, a lot of these women, the majority of these women in these FBA discords that's having these conversations a lot of these women are ex-strippers, and a lot of these chicks got multiple baby daddies. So they flock to these conscious communities because there's no judgment over there. I promise you. So a lot of these FBA brothers who think they got all these women around them, for the most part, you got women that are single mom. They got their single moms already, bro. You don't have the pick of the litter going over there. What you have is a bunch of women that already got a high body count and different baby daddies, and they're now flocking to the conscious community looking for some brother who's going to speak this consciousness that may rescue them. And if you want to rescue one of these females, go ahead and rescue them, man. It just is what it is. I'm just telling the truth. You're not going to find black women in their prime and childbearing years in these conscious community spaces. You're not. What you find in these conscious community spaces are women that are over 35 in their 40s that already got kids by different men. You're not going to find women in their prime and childbearing years that's preaching all this pro-black consciousness. No, you're not going to find that over there, homie. Them chicks are already baby moms and they got kids already. That's the reality. You're not going to find young women in their prime and childbearing years with no children. You're not going to find females like that in large numbers in these FBA or pro-black communities. You're just not going to find that over there. You got a bunch of women that's in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that already got children that congregate in these so-called conscious spaces. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what I think or feel.
Comfortable with themselves.
Okay, so you said that you're completely healed. So you've been through therapy.
Yes.
Because some cousins are telling me to tell you need a therapist.
Exactly.
I've been through therapy. I've been through a lot. But
He said some. Therapy don't help these bras, bro. Let me tell you, therapy does not help these bras, bro.
% healed and comfortable with themselves.
Okay, so you said that you're completely healed. So you've been through therapy.
Yes.
Because some cousins are telling me to tell you need a therapist.
Exactly.
I've been through therapy. I've been through a lot, but I've gone through therapy and still, doing the inner works with myself. So I most definitely am 100% as I am. I'm cool with myself.
What are your deal breakers?
My deal breakers would be judgmental people. I don't like any form of insecurity. I want somebody that's 100% sure of themselves, not overly conceited, not cocky, but just sure of yourself to where like no one else can come in and move that of you. Like I know who I
Now,
am.
she
So
don't have the right to have all these standards. You got all these kids and different baby daddies. What do you look like taking her serious as if she got standards? She ain't never been married. She's a sex worker with different baby daddies. How dare you come to the table pretending like you got all these damn standards?
can't be moved.
Okay. In the past, did your male friends or boyfriends or
She's a 304 and a feminist. That's just the truth of the matter. She's a 304 and a feminist.
children's dads have an issue with your profession?
The only one that really got to experience it is my last son's dad, because I was 18 when I met him, and that's when I started everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I think just my opinion of observing what she said is why that relationship failed, because they were in a relationship, she said, for 4 years, and they have a child, and the relationship ended because he probably didn't want her to do it anymore. He was uncomfortable with it. Maybe he didn't know how to express it. I don't know. That's a conversation that they probably had, I'm sure, and he was uncomfortable with it. That was doomed to fail. Then the other two guys that she had babies with wasn't, one was a friend, so it wasn't real relationship.
Listen, any woman who has casual sex is not wife material. She's just not wife material. She's hoping that you're dumb enough to view her as wife material, but in reality, she's not. She's been passed around the block. She's a stripper, a sex worker, a feminist with different baby daddies. She's not worthy.
But they were just probably having sex and she got pregnant. And so that was no real relationship. So that wasn't too much of a discussion about it because they weren't really in a relationship. And that's why she said the only one who experienced it was the first baby daddy, because they were in a relationship and they couldn't sustain that relationship. And these guys were not real relationships. So they had no parts in what she was doing, nor did they probably care. So that shows you right there, any man that she comes in contact with is going to have an issue with her profession. You know what I mean? Unless it's somebody that's her, and he's getting a percentage and he don't really care. Other than that, yeah, this type of work has never been favorable for men when it comes to relationships and taking a woman seriously. Most men do not want to have fulfilling, what you would call fulfilling, stable, committed relationships with women in that business. That's just what it is. And the ones who try, they always fail. You know, most men don't want to marry a woman who does that, and I think that's part of the consequences associated with this type of work. And I know some women, you know, have made a lot of money doing this, but you got to understand, when you do that, you may forego serious committed relationships with any man, because most men don't want to bring home a stripper to be his wife. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Does the guy have to look a certain way?
No, I don't really like pretty boys, like men that are like metrosexual. I'm not really into that. So I'm not really big on looks, I would say.
She's not big on looks. Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No, but I would want him to be established in his career, whatever that field would be.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra cam. Now you know they ready for this one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I'm kind of short, Kendra. 1 second. I gotta turn it around. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We're gonna do a U-turn. There we go.
Oh, we got a pole in your house.
Ew. Can you see
Okay.
it? 1 second.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
man, nah.
I mean, you're in great shape and you got a pole. I'm almost gonna ask you to demonstrate something. We did that.
She got a stripper pole in her bedroom, man. Come on, dog. You know damn well you can't wipe this woman up. She is for fun only. This woman right here is for fun only. Recreational use and fun only, fellas.
Before. Huh?
I knew you were gonna say that.
Well, I mean, you want to?
Let me see. Hold on. If I can lift you up. I'll do 1 spin.
Okay. All right. So listen, some of the cousins are telling me to ask you, do you have daddy issues? Were you and your dad close?
No, we were not.
Okay. Do you have a relationship with them?
My relationship with my dad kind of ended early on. And there's a stigma like in sex work. They say, oh, you're a sex worker because of the things that happened to you in childhood.
And the crazy part about it is, man, these chicks are wig warriors, man. Straight wig warriors, bro. Fake hair. This is not real hair. It's not her. Look at Kendra, all this fake ass hair.
Can be true to a certain extent, but that's not my case.
That's not your case. Okay. When was your last relationship?
3 years ago.
3 years. You don't have to answer, but when's the last time you was intimate with somebody?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay, was that free or pleasure?
It was for pleasure, Kendra. It was free. I liked him.
Okay. Is he an option?
No.
Why not?
He's into the Kevin Samuels thing, like men are gods and women are emotional creatures who are like below, and we have to be chosen by these men, and yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. So why'd you have sex with him? You just want to have sex?
He started off cool, so we had a decent relationship in the beginning. Like, he was a cool dude.
The reason why women don't like men who listen to Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels was exposing a BS, right? And just telling you what it is and what it, what to expect from a woman of a certain caliber. So we don't expect for them to like Kevin Samuels or any man that they don't like any man who preaches the gospel. It's bigger than Kevin Samuels. If you preach the gospel, they ain't gonna like you. Because when you preach the gospel, you're exposing all of their nonsense. So none of that nonsense, none of those games can work on you if you were already up on game about the things that they do and how they think and operate, right? So, of course, they're not going to like a man like that. Nah, he listened to Kevin Samuels. Yeah, because, yeah, we know why you don't like Kevin. Kevin was exposing all of your BS. You a wig warrior and a single mother, and can't forget about the fact that you're just a promiscuous woman and a sex worker. A sex worker, a feminist, a single mother, and a wig warrior. This woman right here is for recreational use only.
Beginning, like, as we got to know each other, he just did a whole 360 and like was super arrogant, cocky, conceited, without anything behind that.
All right, so
well, he probably realized what you did for a living, and he just was turned off. Men move differently from us, so he probably just started acting that way to throw you off because he realized that this was probably not going to work. And so some men, they just start acting.
I'm a very impulsive person. It's a lot of reasons. But I am a good person, genuinely. I'm too good of a person.
Now just imagine a simp that gets with her. You know how much money you're gonna have to spend. You know how much money you're gonna have to spend on food to feed her, you, and all them damn kids. You pull up to McDonald's, you're gonna spend $100 at McDonald's feeding this broad and all her damn kids. Man, please. Who's going to take on the responsibility of wifing up these bras with all these damn kids that they bring into the table, man? She's a wig warrior, a single mother, and a promiscuous woman that happens to be a sex worker. She's coming to the table with 3 kids. You're going to spend $100 at McDonald's feeding you, that broad, and her damn kids. Man, that's crazy.
Have a really big heart, and a lot of the times people will try to take advantage of that.
And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Yeah, you're right. She is a freak, because women like this, all they have going for them is their sexuality. Outside of their sexuality, they have nothing to offer to a man. So the only thing that she can weaponize is her sexuality and her body. Outside of that, she brings nothing of value to the table. Serious business. 100%. When you deal with a female that's a thought and a sex worker, all they have is their sexuality and their body. That's the only weapon that they have to use against men. Once you neutralize her sexuality and her body, she has nothing to offer. Zero. So as long as you're not infatuated, as long as you're not a man that's infatuated with sex, you will never get caught up dealing with her, because like I said, you're going to spend $100 at McDonald's feeding her and her 3 kids, and let's say it's you, her, and her 3 kids, you're gonna spend $100 pulling up to McDonald's, man.
This is a once in a lifetime experience. I'm a great person, like I said. Every time it's going to be something new. I'm not boring at all. I can be introverted, so sometimes I'm really not friendly, but I do try to show people the real me, like what the real world is supposed to be. I don't pretend to be something that I'm not, and I stand on everything that I say.
Okay, so listen, I want you to respond to a comment I think we're going to see in the comment section. Now, what would you say to the people that say, okay, so you have 3 children by 3 different men, you're a sex worker, you have
3 children by 3 different men. She's a sex worker. She uses her body to make money. She has 0 wife qualities. 0. This woman right here is for recreational use only. She's only good for a fun time. You ain't got no damn business looking for no relationship with no woman like this. She is burnt out. She is washed up. What can she give you that she ain't already gave another man? She didn't already gave children to 3 different men. So what could she give you in reality? Nothing. She done already bared children with 3 different men, and she's a stripper and a sex worker. She's the bottom of the barrel type of woman. There's nothing you can do with her. You will be a fool to think that you can have a relationship with this woman. She is burnt out. 3 different men then dumped their DNA inside of this woman. Why would you want to be the 4th?
3-year-old child, no man's going to take that serious. What would you say to that statement?
Okay, let's see what she had to say. You already got 3 different baby daddies. No man is going to take you serious. Let's see what she has to say.
Now, what would you say to the people that say, okay, so you have 3 children by 3 different men, you're a sex worker, you have a 3-year-old child, no man's going to take that serious. What would you say to that statement?
I've had no issues in the past. Like, I don't have issues getting men.
You don't have an issue getting pregnant by a man. You don't have an issue with a man wanting to have sex with you. See, this proves how delusional she is. Kendra G said, what would you say if a man said you already got 3 different baby daddies and a 3-year-old kid? Why would a man want to take you serious? Well, I ain't never had no issues in the past. You're not married now. You a sex worker. You a thought. You a 304. No one has wiped you up. You got baby daddies, but no husband. But let her tell it, men still want this. I ain't had a problem in the past getting no man. No, you don't have a problem with a man sleeping with you.
I don't have issues getting high value men. Like, there is no issue there. I'm usually the person that cuts off my relationships because sometimes, like I said,
I don't have a problem getting a high value man. If you didn't have a problem getting a high value man, you wouldn't have 3 baby daddies, you dummy. You got 3 baby daddies and you're not married. Well, I don't have a problem getting a high value man. Kendra, getting a man. No, getting a man to sleep with you is not a problem. We understand that. The easiest thing that a woman can do is to get a man to sleep with her. But it's obvious that none of those men that pumped babies in you married you. So if none of the men that impregnated you married you, why would a man who's not the father of your children look at you like wife material? These women are delusional. I'm delusional and I can't let go. I'm delusional and I can't let go.
I can be too good of a person. So obviously, if someone having kids is a big thing for you, I'm not your person. I don't even bring people around my kids. You won't even get to see or interact with my kids until like month number 3. If you can even pass the 7-day phase and every other interaction.
Why you really think men want to meet your kids? I'm not. You're not even gonna meet my kids if you can't even get past the 7 day. I guarantee you that none of those men that sleep with you give a damn about meeting your kids. Let's be real. Do you really think men that want to smash you give a damn about meeting your kids? You talk about being delusional. I mean, there's no hope for these women because they're too damn, listen, man, they're too far gone, man. They're too damn delusional. Do you really think somebody that wants to have sex with you give a damn about meeting your kids? Hell no. I don't want to meet your daddy. I just want you in my caddy. I don't want to meet your babies. You remember when Andre 3000 said, I don't want to meet your daddy. I just want you in my caddy. Straight back shots, baby. I don't want to meet your babies. I don't want to meet your daddy. I just want you in the back seat of my caddy.
Actually, yeah. I'm really big on intelligence. A lot of people don't have intelligence. That's a big thing for me. So you won't even get to experience, oh, she's a mom of all these kids. You'll never get to see them unless you're on that level and have proven yourself to be what I deem a good person.
Why would any man want to prove himself to a sex worker that got 3 baby daddies? You ain't gonna meet my kids unless you prove that you worthy of meeting my don't. I promise you, sweetie, don't nobody give a damn about meeting your kids. You talk about high levels of delusion. Like you gotta prove that you worthy to meet her kid. Don't nobody want to meet them crumb snatchers.
And there you have it, Jasmine, Florida, 25 Libra, sex.
I want y'all to hear this again. You got to be worthy to meet her kids.
And bring people around my kids. You won't even get to see.
What would you say to that statement?
I've had no issues in the past. Like, I don't have issues getting men, and I don't have issues getting high value men. Like, there is no issue there. I'm usually the person that cuts off my relationships because sometimes, like I said, I can be too good of a person. So obviously, if someone having kids is a big thing for you, I'm not your person. I don't even bring people around my kids. You won't even get to see or interact with my kids until like month number 3, if you can even pass the 7-day phase and every other interaction we have. I'm really big on intelligence. A lot of people don't have intelligence. That's a big thing for me. So you won't even get to experience, oh, she's a mom of all these kids. You'll never get to see them unless you're on that level and have proven yourself to be what I deem a good person.
And there you have it, Jasmine, Florida, 25 Libra, sex worker.
I don't want to meet your daddy. I don't want to meet your baby. I just want you in my caddy. Hey, yo. Uh-oh. Hey, yo. Uh-oh. Hey, yo. Uh-oh. Hey, yo. Uh-oh. I don't want to meet your daddy. I just want you in my caddy. Talking about you must prove yourself to her in order to meet her kids. Don't nobody give a damn about meeting your crumb snatchers. Like you got to prove yourself worthy to meet her damn kids. Man, please. This woman is for sex only. She's for recreational use. She is not to be taken serious, fellas. Anyway, man, peace, love, and blessings. Giving you gain to keep you from stressing. It is King Supreme, man. So, man, listen. I don't want to meet your daddy. I just want you in my caddy. You must prove yourself to her to meet her kids. She got 3 baby daddies and think that somebody really want to meet her kids. Man, you talk about delusional. Feminism has destroyed the mindset of these women. They're professional baby mamas and think that somebody is really looking at them as wife material. My God, you got 3 different DNAs living within inside of you. You think somebody want to settle for that? Man, listen, man, peace, love, and blessings. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I appreciate everybody for supporting the platform. Get the likes up, man. Peace, love, and blessings to everybody. I'm gone, man.